things you're doing to my mind, I want you to do to my body.
Too raw.
You're so sweet to me. Giving me what I need. What you got to do. You're so sweet to me. You're so sweet to me. The things you're doing to my mind, I want you to do to my body.
Too raw.
Giving me what I need. That's what you got to do. Giving me what I need. That's what you got to do.
What up? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It is your boy Turf in the building by itself right now. It's all good though. Hope everybody is doing well watching this wild game. Hey, just when Texas started looking promising, man. They let their guard down, man. What's going on, Raider Nation? What's going on in chat? Don't worry, Turf won't be here by itself the whole night. In fact, we're starting it off right off the rip. You know, you want to hop on up. It's watch party / Turf and rundown / all kinds of. We got a whole lot to talk about. Put this link. I'm getting this link ready for y'all, man. Let's get this one. Copy. I'm going to put this in the chat. You would like to pull up, please feel free. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. Yeah, let's see who we got in the house. I do see some rundowns for the week. All right, my boy Chris. Raiders in the building. The house is clean. The air has begun. So you already know what's going up. Pull right on up. Pull right on up. Brant Beers is in the building. My new guy. You're not new no more, man. You're just my guy now. It's cracking, man. Cheers. Raider Nation. Raider Nation. And yes, that was a Texas TD, but immediately affected. New England Raider. Boosters. Jeff in the building. You know, Jeff will be pulling up here real shit. Yep. Everybody's watching the game. At least I would hope, right? Eric, Raider Haters Hunter, Erica Channel, my dude, man. It's been a while, man. Good to see you. Hope all is going well. And yeah, that's where we at. Chris said, no, the internet was down due to the high winds. Fixed the cable and gave you a booster. Oh, nice. Nice. That's what's up. That's what's up. And speaking of the devil, bingo. Aga. Chris is in the building. What's going on, boss? Chris.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you?
Yep. We can. What's going on with you, man? How you doing today? All right, can you hear me, right?
Whoa. Can you hear me?
Oh, that's what it is. My bad. Yes, now you can hear me. That was so good, bro.
All right.
How you doing, man? Chris. Can't Chris hear me? Can nobody hear me? Can y'all can hear me, can't you? Maybe it's on the other one. I don't know. Chris. Why is Chris listening to me? I'm confused. Ah, he just jumped out. Y'all can hear me, right? Chat. Somebody, anybody, everybody. All right, there goes one of our guys in the building. What's cracking, Jeff?
Not much. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I heard you having an issue with Chris there, so I'm like, all right.
Yeah, Chris had a little issue, I guess, if you will. We got Sun Goddess in the building. What's up, Miss Sun Goddess? Man, this game is wild.
Dude, the last night's game was insane, too. I love the way it ended.
I started saying it's a little wrong. I think that's Jeff, right? Saying Jeff is a little wrong. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Not much, not much. You had a hell of a week last week, huh? You
I
were all
did,
over the
man.
map.
All over the place, man. All over the place. Unfortunately, we only won in one place. I'm glad we won in that one place. Which is my daughter's move.
So what's your... I haven't really talked to you since you've been back on, and I know you were on last night with Spence. What a hell of a week in Raider Nation, huh?
Crazy. Hold
on. You know, it's funny because, you know, we saw the press conference on Monday with AP, and then, you know, Leo and Rundown and I were on together Monday night talking about it, and everybody, the three of us were good with it, you know, because it seemed like AP was going to stay after his press conference. And then Tuesday comes, you know, the bottom falls out of it, and all I had to do was just come on YouTube and look at my feed on the left-hand side, like, and all you just see is you can see people live all over the place. I'm like, holy crap, what the hell's going on? And then I saw, I'm like, oh man. I was like, are you shitting me after all this?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, absolutely. You can hear us now?
Okay. I got a new mic, new headphones, new camera. I'm trying to get everything working.
That's what's up.
Oh, you went full upgrade.
Salute Nation. Oh yeah, had to.
Salute. That's what's up. Yeah, it sounds great. Dude.
All right, good.
Sounds great. So yeah, I need y'all gentlemen to do me a favor and take over while I set a few more things up. I just want to get some scores and stuff.
Yeah, go for it, man. Go for it.
Yeah, you guys
I didn't get
get
a
this
chance.
up.
I didn't get a chance to talk to you, Jeff. On the like, I had to go to therapy. I'm still going to physical stuff.
Oh yeah, you were on with me the other day when I went
Yeah,
live. Yeah.
but I am shocked at what happened.
Oh, you and me both, brother.
The AP thing, kind of like you kind of knew it. Maybe he sounded good in the press conference. Kind of like, yeah, maybe he'll stay. 50-50. All right, he's gone. All right.
Yeah.
Then to let's go 2 days later. That blew me away.
Well, I think you were in the chat Monday night when it was myself, Leo, and Rundown talking about after the press conference and
Yeah.
how everything seemed like, all right, well, we're turning the page. We're going to stick with AP. We're going that way. AP seemed positive and upbeat in his press conference. It was the most relaxed I've seen him in a press conference the entire
Right.
season.
Yeah.
It was like that weight was lifted off his shoulders. It's like, okay, season is over. I could put my attention towards 2025. And he ends the press conference saying, I got to go now meet with Mark and Tom Telesco and talk about the future, the 2025 and moving on. Well, little did he know that the next day his future, the future of the team in 2025 wasn't going to include him.
Because
I'm gonna
so
be
he,
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
think
now
me,
it's like now he's out the door. And then the presser comes out from the team that Tom Telesco's safe, even though we got rid of AP. And then 48 hours later on Thursday, Telesco gets let go. It's like, what the
yeah,
heck?
I think
I
me
mean,
and you talked that next day,
yeah,
Tuesday, about he's going to meet the big brass just to talk about their future, what they're looking for. I
yeah.
say he's safe. Bam.
And then
Little did I
the
know.
rug get pulled right out from everybody.
Man, they did him.
I was like, are you shitting me? Come on, man.
They did him dirty. They let him stay on stage and make a
They
movie.
they
Get
should have
fired.
did, man. They should
That
have
was
Yeah.
did. That was
wrong.
wrong. It was
I
completely
think
wrong.
that's the part that kind of upset me the most, that you let this poor guy go out there, give this press conference, like Rundown said it. You feed him to the wolves with the media, asking him questions and everything, and and then next thing you know, he's gone. It's like, are you shitting me? I mean, complete opposite of what the Patriots did. I mean, the Patriots game ended. Mayo was fired within 20 minutes after the game ended. I mean, the fans were still leaving the parking lot in the stadium, and he's already walking out with his box of goods to go home for good.
You know what that felt like if I was in my shoes. It felt like you talked to this girl for months and try to get a date done, and she finally says yes. You go out there shopping, buy your best clothes, buy your shoes, get your hair cut, everything, buy some cologne, and you're sitting there waiting, and she never shows up.
Or
Crazy.
you see her drive by with
That's
someone
what it
else in
felt
the
like.
car
Yeah,
going on
yeah,
a
yeah.
Crazy.
date.
That's what I felt for him. Like, dude, you feel like a bad date, man. They promise you things, and they say no.
Yeah, it's like holy. I mean, I now I understand why they probably let Telesco go, is because it makes it more enticing now for a potential head coach coming in that's going to have a complete clean slate, can have a say on who's going to be the GM. I get that part now, but the fact that you came out with a presser saying that his job is safe, and then all of a sudden next thing you know he's gone too.
That was the wild part.
You
You
know,
see, how you a coach or GM coming into the regular organization and what they just pulled? I couldn't trust them. I mean, I know it's a business, you get hired and fired, but to pull a rug under you, tell me the truth. Like, if I'm gonna stay or not. Don't say yeah you are. Then tomorrow I'm like get the pink slip.
yeah,
Exactly.
the next day you're on the unemployment line already.
Right.
I mean, I know the Raiders have a knack for doing things their own way and pulling some like what moves. This was the ultimate. Are you kidding me? Move both things.
Sure was.
I
Robert
just,
Pena in the building.
I was just
What's going on,
being
my guy?
beside myself.
I know. I was like, okay, if you're gonna move on, you should move on like you said, Sunday night.
Yeah.
First thing Monday morning. Don't have a press office. Same thing with Telesco. Telesco didn't even get on the mic once.
Yep.
So
Some guy that says, why y'all often use the analogy that men?
I'm sorry, son, guys.
You know
Okay,
they can't help themselves.
you're a woman waiting for a man. He never shows up. How about that? I apologize. I'm a man, so it's always one. Women are the number one thing to me. So I, I love women.
I love it. I love it.
Turf, you know what I don't have anymore?
What's
Because
that?
I lost all my windows and I had to restart them all. I don't have the chat thing.
Okay. Yeah, let me see. Let me see.
But I know I haven't seen anything as far as how the not the press conference, the interviews went today. Because I know it was Ben Johnson today,
And Alan,
this afternoon with us. I haven't seen
Alan,
anything one way or the other.
yeah, they interviewed Alan too. I heard
Yeah,
anything about
and I know
that.
Salah's supposed to be coming in too.
And who's that? Was it a DC or somebody turned down the interview with the Patriots? Who was that?
Yeah, Glenn did. Aaron
Glenn.
Glenn from Detroit.
Really?
He turned
Yeah,
down
Oh
Glenn.
wow.
Aaron.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, because he's going to this Saints. If anyway.
More
Yeah.
than likely, yeah.
yeah, probably.
We don't know what he's doing.
Um,
Our guy Chris is in the building. Protect
mean,
the shield. Salute Turf. Have a fire show. My dog. Salute
All
Chad.
love. Thank you,
you
Sun
know,
Goddess.
like on Sunday when they
Absolutely.
fired Mayo, we were at the bar watching the game because the Raiders game had just pretty much started, and one of the club members came up to me and goes, "Hey, they just fired Mayo." I'm like, "Are you shitting me?" And I let out a fuck because I was thinking of it two different ways with this. I was saying I was pissed because I'm like, well, all right, so there goes Vrabel as an option for us because he's going to
Right.
end up in New England.
Exactly.
And then I was like, well, also that that's a good thing because that probably solidifies the fact that AP's probably going to stay now in Vegas,
Right.
because that's who they would have wanted anyway. And then this ends up happening. So it's like I thought AP was going to be safe. I really did after the Patriots fired Mayo.
Right. Yeah. A lot of us know that, to be honest.
Yeah.
All of us.
I mean, it just screams that. At first, I was sitting there saying, this just screams like Mark wanting Gruden back, like a third go round with them.
I don't.
I don't want that.
I hope not.
Yeah, no, I do too. I don't want that, but I have a feeling that that's what was initially going to happen. But now I'm kind of thinking that isn't going to be the issue now. Thank God.
Brady. I don't think Brady will get along with Gruden. So I don't.
Well, that's
Yeah, I
just
don't
it.
think we would. Yeah.
That
I don't. That.
yeah, that's the big issue. I don't think that will happen.
They have history, so they're not gonna
Exactly.
get along.
I don't think
Those
that
two
will
couldn't
work.
coexist. There's no
No.
way.
And see,
No.
we need that. We need that because due reports that Tom Telesco and AP were butting heads throughout the season. It
Yep.
wasn't broadcast news, but they're butting heads. You can't have that. Your head coach and GM have to get along because the head coach got to tell GM this is what we need, and this is gonna be vice versa. You can't have them just like no, hey, I need a tight end. We're not getting one.
Right.
I told you you need a tight end. We need a tight end to win. Well, no, it's not in the budget. Right?
Right.
Okay.
Well, it's also a way now for Brady to actually put his stamp on things, to put his fingerprint on this. Because Telesco and AP were already solidified in their positions before Brady's, ownership deal went through, before he really had a say in anything. So, and now this is his chance to really, put his word out there, or not his word, but put his part into this team and having a real say as to what goes on now. So, it's going to be interesting as to who we hire. Like some of the live shows I've done this week, people are asking all these questions about what are we doing free agency, what are we doing the draft. I mean, we can talk about it.
You don't
We
know.
can put out our wish list, but until your head coaches solidified, your coordinators and your GM, and what their tendencies are based on the schemes that are going to run and everything, then you can really start talking about that stuff and really get into it deep. Right now it's just this is who we would like to see us grab. This is an immediate need that we have.
Well, it's better for a coach, GM, to come in and build their system rather than have a coach or GM come in and try to run the old system. That's basically what happened because they were still running the old McDaniel stuff, McDaniel
Yeah.
players, McDaniel system. So it didn't work. So bring new coach in, bring everything new in, keep the players that are important to the team, and start fresh. Like I said, it's a new era.
If the right coach is hired, it's going to be the same feeling it was last year. You're going to feel excited going into this next season. I just hope we're not feeling the way we are right now again next year. I can't go through another season like we just went through.
But
That was painful.
You gotta understand, it's gonna be a new head coach, new OC. I don't know about Patrick Graham. It's gonna be new a lot of things.
Well,
Don't expect don't
Patrick
expect
Graham
the
doesn't
Raiders
want to
to
be here. He's gone. He's not coming back.
don't expect the Raiders to go 10-7, 11-6 next year. If they do, hey, surprise, great.
Yeah.
Expect them to win some games and be competitive. Next year gonna have an easy schedule, but don't expect everything like we did last year coming into this year with AP. We expected a lot more, but we didn't get it.
Yeah, and like I've been saying though too, it all starts in our division. We need to be competitive in our division before we can even think about moving on to dominating the AFC, or the rest of the NFL. If we finish bottom in our division, we're screwed again anyway. If we go
Being
3-3 in the division next year,
I'm cool with
I'll be
that.
happy, to be
I'm cool
honest
with
with
that.
you.
If we get split,
Because
I'm
we'll win
fine.
a couple of those other games. Yeah, we'll win a few of those other games against the other NFL teams, but we got to do some damage in our own division.
Yeah, but remember that one
Because
year we
we're
went
behind
6
the eight
0.
ball.
Remember that one year we went 6-0 division, didn't make the playoffs. So
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
still.
real quick, guys. We got the chat. So BB Zila, if Derek Jeter and MJ were horrible GMs and owners, what makes us think Brady can win? I agree with that. We're gonna be talking about this stuff.
Bro, those are two different sports. So you're talking about baseball and basketball. Those are two different sports.
What? Right, but still, I mean, he's got it very, very well.
I mean, they're still the goats in
Okay.
their profession.
Yeah.
Let me just point across. Okay, when Brady was in New England, he won them championships, right? Players didn't want him. He went to Tampa Bay. What did Brady do when he got there? He told them, bring that player, this player, that player, this player, that player, and we'll win. And what happened? They won a Super Bowl.
They won.
Right.
So he knows.
I agree.
He knows.
I understand.
He knows players. He knows talent. Not saying he can run the organization, but he knows no talent. He can see it.
True, I agree.
So he's not.
Sam the man is in the building. I love to bring Brandon in some capacity.
Yeah,
We also got Fidel
He's not
Torres
running. He's
up
not
in
running the
building.
Raiders.
Wasn't Gruden struggling to generate offenses last season with the Raiders? Yeah, I think that's probably a fair thing to say. We got Ben Bad. Salute, Chat Nation panel. Salute. And he's also got a question, too. Do you think Vrabel can do the job coming from the weak conference? We're going to talk about that. Absolutely. 100%. Maria Moreno. Shout out to Mia Moreno. Raiders need Tyreek and Pete Carroll. Some people might actually agree with you on that. I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to see. Keep that one in mind. And yes, Maria, we do that. It kind of goes that way. I mean, it's coming back around.
Yeah.
It's coming back around. Don't worry about it. Our main man, John Leon, is in the building. What's cracking, John? Is Max going to stay? It's a good question. That's a really, really good question. Then we'll put this last but not least in. Mason Sell. Shout out to Mason Sell. Welcome to the channel, man. Hope you enjoy the show. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, everybody. And have a weird feeling you guys.
I don't know what gave it away.
Yeah, I think you kind of.
All the Raider logos in back of everybody.
Welcome to the show, my guy. Welcome to the show.
We're all Chiefs fans, but we like the Raiders logo.
Yeah. We're undercover Chiefs fans. That's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, we're infiltrating Raider Nation. We're trying to talk shit about them.
Due to the area we live in, we got to wear this so we won't get shot.
Wiper in the building. Up the Ravens. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, we are. Oh boy, oh boy. Go Ravens, go Ravens. Yeah, y'all. At least y'all fighting for something. I give you that.
Yeah, they should have had it last year. I don't know what happened, but
Absolutely.
new year.
Yeah, guys. So yeah, what else y'all want to talk about? Man, keep going. Still setting stuff up.
Um,
Let's
I
bring up that Pete Carroll situation and Tyreek Hill that someone mentioned in the chat. I don't know
yeah,
who
I
it was.
saw
Yeah,
that one.
talk about it.
Oh, Maria.
Yep, Maria.
My opinion on Tyreek Hill, hell of a football player. I don't know about his locker room presence. The only thing he got to clean up is off the field antics. That's all. I think we had enough of that madness off the field antics,
Yep.
DUIs, stupid things.
Yes.
But if
Yes.
he want to come here, I'm not gonna say no. I wouldn't say no.
Well, if he comes here, the Raiders are gonna have to start thinking about putting an in-house daycare system at the stadium. Someone's gonna watch all those kids while he's practicing and playing.
Well, how many kids he got?
A lot.
I
He's
know
got
he
a
has
lot.
I know he has a bit. He's buried in a Brady bunch, I think. But Jesus, I
I
mean,
think he's got like
Uh,
10 kids.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the
He's like,
the
was
one
it Philip Rivers has like 8 or 9 himself? I think Tyreek's got more than him. I think it's
no wonder
Rivers that
he
has a shit ton of kids.
no wonder he runs so fast, man. Try to run away from that child support. Oh, man. You remember? I don't know if you guys know. I don't know if you guys are basketball fans or not. Back in the
Not really.
80s and 70s. Okay,
Yeah.
the Seattle Supersonics are now the Memphis, wherever they are.
Yep.
There's
Yep.
a player called Sean Kemp.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Oh
he had
yeah. Sean
he
Kemp.
had he had a child in every NBA city in the United States. That's what the rumor was. I don't know if it's true or not, but they say, "Oh, you have a child in every NBA city." You're like,
He got around as much as Wilt Chamberlain back in the day.
Yep. Yep.
Wilt Chamberlain had a
Exactly.
pretty active
I
nightlife.
only had that many kids, but he happens to have a kid.
No,
in
he
every NBA
didn't. Not
city.
that I know of.
Like, what, 30 kids? Whoa.
That's a lot of them.
What's your feeling on Pete Carroll? That's what I'm curious. See what you guys think on that. I know my thoughts.
I like Pete Carroll. Do I want Carroll as far as, for us, probably not. I'm not gonna lie. I think the game has passed him by a little bit, right? That's my initial thoughts on it. I think it's passed him by a little bit.
Yeah. What do you think, Chris?
I think Pete Carroll is that I'm a USC fan, so I watched him at USC glory days. He had, like Deion Sanders have now, total control of everything at USC. In Seattle, he had pretty much control of Seattle.
Yeah.
Come to the Raiders, he gonna want the exact same thing. And I don't think
Yeah.
that's gonna happen. I mean, he's a good coach, X's and no coaches and everything else. He's a great motivator. I mean, he can talk your sad day to the happiest day, but I don't know. He gonna probably want too much control.
Yeah. He's the type of. I like him. I really do. I like him a lot. Do I like him as our future head coach? Not really. But I would love. I think they should stream live that interview because I think it would be an absolute trip watching that interview and watching him, answer these questions. He just seems like a fun coach, but yet can be serious when need to be, and be stern and, hard on players when he has to.
Yeah.
What I find fascinating about him is being his age, but yet he's still so relatable to these young players, and the players love them, So, I mean, I kind of like that in a coach in a way too, but do I think he'd be a perfect fit for us? No.
Not in
I
our
just think
situation.
he's an awesome character and a great coach, but it might have passed him by now.
In the situation we in, I think we need a young, vibrant coach because we got a lot to build, a lot to work on. Hey, Pete Carroll, I mean, granted his age, my mom, she was 81, he's 70 something, so ain't no telling. You might, something might happen. Hopefully it never happens, knock on wood. But, I want somebody young in there.
Madden 20 gameplay has a question for us, guys. What's your opinion on George Pickens? It's a good question. I mean,
What was it?
George
See,
Pickens, he's not a Raider. He's the wide receiver from the Steelers.
is it?
George Pickens. Who's George
What's your
Pickens?
opinion on George
George
Pickens?
Pickens. You guys don't know Pickens?
No, I know what
Maybe
you're
it's
talking. I just couldn't see
famous.
the question. I see it
The
now.
same name sounds familiar. Wait. Refresh my memory.
He's
From the
from the
Steelers. You
Steelers,
know
the
the
wide
young
receiver.
Oh,
troublesome. Yeah, you know
Um,
the knucklehead, if you will.
yeah,
sorry, I
he
don't follow the Steelers.
I wouldn't want him. Another guy that's he's I don't know how to explain how you know what I mean.
He's one
I,
of those
I
guys like
he's
he's
a
one of those
good
guys
player.
like.
Don't get me wrong, but he's just got I don't know. He's just got issues.
Now I know what you're talking about. He's one of those guys that could catch like 10 catches for 180 yards this game. That you won't see him for like 6 more games.
Yeah,
So
pretty much. I mean,
not about the
he
same
has
guy.
he has a great game, then he doesn't. And he's not very consistent, is what I would say.
I don't
You
really
know,
know. I heard about him. But I really don't follow the Steelers, of course. So
Right.
I mean, here it is. If they get any receivers, any wide receiver can catch the ball for cheap, that's gonna come over here and bring him, try him out, see what happens. No old receivers that always broke down like Mike Williams and all that stuff. We somebody fresh and young. I like T. Higgins if he can stay on the field because we already got an injury bug that's floating around Las Vegas. You don't need another guy on the
I
injury
think
bug.
he's
To be
going
honest,
to. I think you're going to see New England push for him hard.
think
Oh,
so.
I think he's a good fit for New England, if you ask me. You know, I
yeah, I agree.
he's going to want too much money too. That's the other thing.
Absolutely, he's gonna want too much money.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
I,
about the money, since we lost coupon time, you think the Reds are going to shell out a bunch of money? Well, we don't know because we don't know what GM we're going to get, but do you
yeah.
think new GM we're going to, Mark Davis will say, spend, buy?
Well, the one thing that kind of scares me about it, because we all know Telesco's tendency when it comes to the draft. We know he doesn't move around. He gets his pick numbers and he kind of sticks with those. You don't know what type of GM we're going to get now. Are we going to get one that wants to move around the board? Is this going to be a GM that wants to give up picks to move back into the top 3 and get one of those 2 quarterbacks? I pray to God that he's not, because I just don't think that's the right move. That's what worries me. I don't mind if he wants to gain draft picks and like give up our 6th and fall back a bit. Depending on who's going to be available at number 6. If the guy that we really don't want is not going to be there, I'm fine with accumulating more draft equity and falling further back in the draft, but still staying in the first round, obviously. I'm fine with that. I don't know what your thought is, Turf. I don't know what your thought is changed on the quarterbacks for the 2 that are coming out in the first round as projected first rounders. I definitely don't want either one of them still.
I mean, if they fall to us, yes. If they
Yeah.
fall to us, yes. If they don't fall to us, no. But if they fall to us at number 6, absolutely you take a potential franchise quarterback. There's no question.
Yeah.
That's a no-brainer, and it doesn't matter if you would. No one's going
I
to
think
ever.
I
Yeah.
think it's going to depend on what that guy from Penn State, Allard, going to do. If he comes out, you know it's going to take him first.
I thought he was staying out.
He's
They-
staying.
that-
He's staying.
I've been
in
staying in. I mean,
He
I
is
thought
going to
he was
stay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
I
thought
didn't
he
hear
was
anything after that game.
Beck's staying now because he's transferring to Miami for next season already.
Yeah.
Because you look at the first 3 picks, you've got Tennessee, Cleveland, and the Giants, or is it Jacksonville? But either way, Tennessee's probably going quarterback. Cleveland, who knows what they're going to do now, because now Watson just ruptured his Achilles again. So is he even going to be close to being ready by the season? Are they going to take a chance on a flyer on one of these 2 quarterbacks if either one of them are available at number 2?
When did that happen?
Today. Happened today. Because he just had the repair done on that, and then he just ruptured it again today.
Yeah, he supposed to have reconstructed his contract too.
Yeah, but
supposedly.
what's this injury gonna do to him now? You know, this is the second one in less than a year. You know,
Well, they
so
still
it's
got to
like
pay. They still got to pay the man.
no, they still gotta pay him. Yeah, I mean, whatever's guaranteed, they gotta pay him out for it. But what are they gonna do with a quarterback situation? They're gonna go into it with just Jameson Winston, you know, or are they gonna have to think about seriously drafting one at number two? You know, so that could change things too, right there. And then you still have the Giants, who are going to
Hey,
definitely they
Turf,
need a quarterback. There's no two ways about it.
pull up that Raiders fan comment. Sorry, I was jumping to cut you off.
It's all right.
What do you say? Pull up a Raider fans comment.
Which one?
Which one?
Right.
That Raiders fan.
Sanders and Ward aren't quarterbacks to sell the farm for. I'll be surprised if one of them falls to 6.
That's what I say. I don't think we can just sell the farm to get either one of those two.
No, nobody's selling the
No.
farm to get any of the
I wouldn't
quarterbacks
do it
in this year. The
unless Mark
only
Davis
quarter,
throw the hammer down and say I want him regardless of what. Then they had no choice. But other than that, I wouldn't do it.
the only quarterback I was selling the farm for was last year. And that was Brady. He was the only
Yeah,
one
I
that
agree.
looked
I agree.
to sell the farm.
We tried.
Did-
We
did-
tried.
But we
I-
did
I
try
don't
to
know.
this year.
I don't know
I
much.
just-
I don't know much. Tom tried. Like how much was he going to give up? He probably that's too much, and so he backed down. But no, he tried.
Oh,
Like
it
they
would have
said
cost
he
a
tried.
lot. It would because you think about it. We're going from 13 to 1 or 2. That we would be giving up a lot. Let's put it this way: we wouldn't have a first round pick this year. I can tell you that right now.
Not at all.
No,
We wouldn't even be picking.
next 2 years probably.
Well, it would have been last year's first rounder because we would have flip flop picks last year. It would have been this year's first round.
Probably next year's too.
Yep.
It could have been
Yeah.
yeah, probably another first round and possibly even a second round last year or a second round this year. You know, it would have cost us a ton. It definitely. I mean, granted, yeah, it would have probably worked out for us, but would it have with what we had on the team?
Exactly.
You know, there was no running game to help offset him. You know, at least in Washington, he's got a semblance of a running game. He's got an O-line to protect him, and he's got serviceable wide receivers, which another thing, I mean, we kind of had that at the start when DA was still here, but once he was gone, we were only down to one really true wide receiver that you could count on every time, and that was Jacoby. You know, the other two were hit or miss, you know. And granted, yeah, you had Brock Bowers too, but still. You know, the weapons were better in Washington. And you had a better offensive coordinator too, by far.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
I know that there's a let me see, there's a message here. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this guy. I saw this today. I was reading up on who he is, this John Hughes. Why is it not working when I clicked on it?
So what they hired today?
Yeah, the agency that he works for, they're like a headhunter for NFL
Cheese
executives and
Burrows.
coaches.
Yeah.
So
They hired him.
that right there, because I don't ever remember hearing the Raiders ever hiring an outside source.
No,
to help
of
them
course
find
not.
one. So these are the type of guys that are going to really do the vetting for you and do a lengthy background look at these guys to make sure what you're hiring or what you're thinking to hire is going to work out in the long run. Nothing's going to come up in the secret back room somewhere that, hey, this guy did this, you know, because this is a big decision. This is going to set the tone for this team for years to come if it's done right, you know.
From what I've seen, he helped a few teams out, but now those three Chiefs, I forgot the other two teams, but he helped get people in the building
Yeah.
to get hired, and they're pretty successful. So maybe he's one of those guys that bring the right people in, the right choice.
And he was on.
Yeah.
If you look at his history in the NFL too, he was on a real good path in the NFL with coaches that he worked with. You know, he was part of Chuck Noll's system. He was a linebacker coach for Chuck Noll with the Steelers.
I'm still here, but
He was with Bo Schembechler in Michigan years ago. You know, so he's got a good history of time coaching and knowing the game, you know, and knowing how things work. So, I mean, I trust this guy based on what I've read about his backstory and his back history today. So, you know, this is the first time, like I said, that I've ever heard them, you know, the Raiders ever looking to have somebody like an outside source come in and help make this decision.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a smart move on whoever came up with that idea to do that, for sure.
Yeah, of course, Brady. I'm sure.
Yeah, because
Probably.
he probably took a page from however they did it in New England. And again, another one of those, people talking like, "Oh, it's the Patriot way again," which, which is why I don't want Belichick here.
Alec Game is in the building. Cheers. I see everything you're putting up there, buddy. I see everybody's stuff. I'm still kind of setting
Don't
cutting
worry,
some
I
Somebody
clicked
slack.
on it
Raider
because I did.
Rebel in the
It wouldn't
building.
populate when
What's
I
up,
clicked.
Rebel?
they talking to some guy named Spy Tech. I think John Thompson just mentioned that, or somebody mentioned that. I saw the name pop up. Spy Tech Cohen or whatever. Spy
Oh,
Tech.
they've hired Ken Herrock to pick McDaniels. Well, I don't know who Ken Herrock is, but he's not good at his job.
That's why he's not doing it no more.
My guy 805 is in the building. What's good? What's
What's
good?
up, man?
Chilling. Pull on up, man, if you want to. You should see the link in the pin to the top of the chat. If not, let me know. I'll slap it back in. But it should be in the channel. So everybody
So
wants
we're
to keep up.
the nation's kind of in flux right now. We don't know what's going on, really, do
No, no, we're stuck in purgatory right now.
we? Yeah.
Really, I mean, until they finish these interviews and figure out. Even if they finish the interviews and if say they want Ben Johnson, we can't do anything until they're done in the playoffs.
Yeah, I
You
think what?
know, so
We
we're already
just
going to be behind there because I expect them to make it obviously to the NFC Championship game.
so they
So
said 2 weeks after that's over, they can go ahead and officially
yeah,
hire him.
so it's like we're not going to get to really sit down and physically see them eye to eye, through an interview with our organization and him. So I mean, that's the unfortunate thing, which is fine. I'm fine with that if that's who they're going to end up taking. Do your due diligence and don't just jump at a coach now. You know, I don't want us to just be hasty and hire a coach just because we need a coach. Which by them hiring this agency tells me that they're going to take their time with this.
Well,
Oh,
You know,
my buddies told me, I said, yeah, well, they hired Ben Johnson, great. Just don't hope he turns out to be a bad head coach. He's a great all offensive coordinator, but like McDummy. Yeah, good offensive coordinator, but
I mean,
bad
again,
head
that's a
coach.
that's a risk
That's
you're taking when you hire a coordinator that has no head coaching experience versus hiring somebody that was a former head coach. You know, I mean, that's just a chance we're going to have to take and just pray to God that it works out. What
yeah,
else are we
because
going to do?
he has to do with the whole team, not just the office. Not just the office side. He has the defense and special teams
Yeah.
and player personnel. So he got a lot to do with it. So hope it's up to the task.
yep.
All I know is we're in for a long off season.
Long,
Seriously.
long.
Everybody thought the season felt like it was a long. I mean, it honestly felt like we played a 30-game season. It just seemed like it just never was going to end.
Yeah, it
This
dragged.
off season is just going to drag.
Shout out to my guy, Ramos Scotty 5. Pull on up, bro. Pull on up. Hopefully, you now working. Come on through.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Liam Cohen, isn't that? And I know they were
yeah.
also supposed to interview Monken too.
I got to
He's
do my
on the
guarantees
list.
here. Here's my guarantees. I guarantee you guys. Wait a minute. How many likes we got in here?
Yeah, talk to him, man. Talk to him. Get them
Uh,
lights up.
all right,
Please,
chat.
get them lights up. Likes and
I know you
subscribe.
can't see me, but we get to 10 likes. I'm gifting memberships.
Hey,
There
let's
you go.
Hit that
go.
like. Hit that like button. We're
That
at 2
like
right
button.
now.
Hit
Hit that
that
like button. I
like
say
button.
10. I'm not gonna force the issue. Good watch. 24, so I'll give you get 5 memberships. I don't know who gets them, but they'll be
Right.
there.
Let's do it. Get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Get those likes up. Yeah, fixing this one last score.
Yeah, speaking of my YouTube channel, I was gonna start. That's gonna be on hiatus for a while because some things came. I had to wait. So I'm gonna try to get it up before, at least a month before the draft. The draft.
Okay.
So I got a lot of things first. But be back. Wait for me. I'll be there.
Yeah, once you get it up, let me know. Hit me up, and
Definitely
whenever I
that.
do a show, whatever, I'll definitely promote your channel without a doubt.
So it's basically gonna be a talk show. I want to do where I can hear the fans. I mean, I love my content
Hmm.
creators, but I'm gonna do like what Turf and do on Friday. I want to do like in the middle of the week where I want the fans to pop up with their opinions, their thoughts, their grievances, their rants, everything. You know, everybody, the nation's opinions matter.
Yeah, well,
Absolutely.
that's kind of that. I've done that a couple of times this week. I did it again today. I went on for about an hour and a half, just me, and just working off the chat, on what people were talking and asking questions on, and that works perfect.
Yeah,
If you're willing to just be on there by yourself and just talk to the camera, and then just start interacting with them, it'll work. Trust me, it does. You
yeah,
know.
no problem.
Then I did that little impromptu show yesterday. I had my son on
Yeah,
there
so
with me, sitting there side by side. He
yeah, I
loved it.
saw that.
I told you I
Nice.
was sitting there like a proud dad. I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
That was
So
your
I
son.
think, huh?
That was your son.
Yeah, with the
Oh, okay.
king. Yeah, he was sitting right here next to me.
Yeah,
I like the setup because I got the room to do it over here, where I can just put the mic between us, and it's different when the camera's just looking at the two of us facing each other talking, and then looking back at the camera. It was fun. It was a good setup, and he had a blast. And I felt like a proud dad yesterday watching him do this with me. It was enjoyable.
That's what's
So
up,
see,
man. That's what's
him and
supposed
I
to
are gonna
be.
hammer out some details and make it like I think a regular
speak.
thing at some point, just him and I.
Speaking of kids, so I hired my son to help me do editing for YouTube. I hired him on day one, and then he said he don't know that much what you do. So I did what the Raiders did. I fired him the next day, and I hired my daughter.
There you go. Keep it in the family, right?
Yeah, right. Well, yeah. Well, I need some help. So anyway, but I said, hey man, you're terminated. He said, I know I was hired. Yeah, I hired you yesterday. Oh,
You didn't even make it 24 hours.
and I asked him, say, you want to do a press conference?
That is good.
Introduce you. Have you come walking in behind the mic. Hi, how you doing?
This is my new editor. He's
Who
fired
is who
today.
is Michael Sahagan?
Who?
Michael
Oh, I don't
Sahagan.
know.
Yeah, I don't know who you are, Michael, but yeah, you don't want Doug Peterson. I don't think Doug
Nice, just
Peterson.
spamming away.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to cut it. Yeah,
Did he
sorry,
coach? Did he coach with? He did coach with us once before, didn't he? Doug Peterson.
did he?
Or,
Doug
or that's
Peterson was part of us.
I don't think
oh,
so.
I'd have to
oh
look
I
no,
into
remember.
that.
I mean,
I must think about somebody else.
Yeah, I would have to look into that one.
you're not thinking about the quarterback, Peterson, are you?
Probably.
Nathan
The
Peterson.
future Hall of Famer. Yeah, I was thinking about
Yeah.
him.
Best quarterback ever.
Oh, yeah, future Hall of Famer.
Yeah, there was a guy. I think I was watching. No, it was on the cage match last week. Some guy was on it just spamming the living crap. The same message over and
People
over.
do it.
And Savage finally had it. He goes, "That's it. You're out." And
Yeah.
booted him. Then I came into a show with Leo and Rundown, and Leo's show on the night after, and he was in there and he posted one thing. So I typed in the chat. I'm like, you already got banned once tonight. Don't start a
Right.
second time on this channel because you won't last.
Oh, Walter. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
Was
you were there
Walt.
for that one. And that was it. He never posted again the rest of the night in that show. He just shut right up. I'm like, good boy.
Jason on it 68. Chiefs Nation. Take them shirts in. Okay. All righty then.
I don't mind if other team fans come and say something,
Right.
Just be respectable, man. That's okay.
Right.
Your team's winning, great.
No,
Yeah.
exactly.
Come see me when they are losing record and they're losing. You won't say nothing then.
Exactly.
It's like all these San Diego Charger fans, like Charger.
That
Like,
might be who this Mr. Anthony Robinhouse.
where were you? Where were you when they got kicked? Where were you guys when they got kicked out of San Diego? Got knocked out the playoffs, and now you're sharing a stadium with the Rams. So, hush.
Let them know, Eric Raiders hater. Exactly. Since when did
that Michael?
There's no such
That
thing
Michael.
as the Chiefs thing.
That Michael Shagan or whatever. He came off. He's on my feed. I put him in timeout for a little bit. I mean, we come in and spam. I ain't dealing with that.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Nah, I totally get it. I absolutely get it. Oh, he pitched it. He pitched it. Okay. Let's go, UT. Hook 'em. Let's go.
Yeah, I think that's who Leo wants to win too. I
honorary,
think that's who he thinks he's got the best chance for Notre Dame to beat.
Who? UT? Yeah, they don't have a. They don't. No, that's gone. That ball is gone.
Penn State just folded, man. I could believe they just folded at the end of the game. Like, what are you guys doing?
That was.
It just like, wow.
That was sad.
That's a close call right there with the knee and the ball.
It's very close, but
I mean, we're talking like
it's gone. It's gone. So, yeah, good luck trying to get that over the team. Good luck trying to get that over the team.
Well,
interesting to see what they call.
Let's hope Mark Davis get it right this time because he even failed for too many years.
Play stands.
Yeah, right. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all want to fill them up, you should be into the top of the staff. Not just ask
There we go. All right, gift time.
Uh-oh.
The championship game is what, a week from this Monday, right? It's not this coming Monday.
Come on, you get rid of that.
I don't know.
Oh, right. Shoestring tackle.
Here goes a couple new numbers for you.
Here we go. And bingo, ladies and gentlemen. We did it.
Nice.
Chris is the man as always. Gifting them out for us. Absolutely. Come on, Texas. There we go. We need some more tackle breakers. As always, once again, Chris.
Hey, did Montana State play already? Because I haven't been following.
Yeah, man, we lost 35-32 in the mailbag.
Yeah, I got fear. Either they didn't play or they lost because you wasn't saying too much about it.
Right, you don't see me running around with all my Montana State gear, right?
And they played down in Texas, didn't they?
Yeah, Frisco.
So that was good for you. You didn't have to travel as far to go to that game.
Well, kind of yes and no, because I was in
Minnesota. But I mean, you didn't have to travel to Montana as well.
Right. No, the problem, though, was I was already in Montana land, so it actually would have been better off if it was
right,
there.
So it would have
because
worked
I
out
have
then.
to travel so much.
Yeah, how did your daughter do in her gymnastic meets?
She did great, man, in the season opener. Couldn't be more proud of her, man. And I'll be on the plane first thing in the morning to head to New Hampshire.
Going back up there again?
New Hampshire. I'm in your neck of the woods.
Oh, you're going to be just north of me then. Whereabouts in New Hampshire?
University of New Hampshire.
What state
where
is that?
Mr. Dylan Lowby came from, right? Remember where everybody wanted
yeah.
Mr. Dylan Lowby, University of New Hampshire. It's in Durham.
All right. Yeah. So you're about
It's
that's
about
right
an
around
hour and
Manchester.
some change from Boston.
Yeah. Yeah. That
From
pretty
the
much. I
airport.
mean, from my house to the New Hampshire border is about an hour and a half. So yeah, you're not gonna be that far from me.
No. Yep. Quick trip, in and out. Me and the wife get there at like 1 o'clock. Go straight to the venue. Then the meet is at 5 o'clock. And I'm just going to the hotel right next to the airport and I'm flying out.
So you're flying back on Sunday morning.
Yep, 6 a.m.
Jesus.
All right, question. So I don't know what OC they're gonna get in all that good business. I know they keep Aiden O'Connell because he's on a contract. He's still a rookie.
Yeah.
Suppose they draft one of these two quarterbacks, Cam or Sanders. Do you sit him a year behind Aiden O'Connell, or do you play him?
Good
What do you
question.
think? What would you do, Turf? What would you sit him
I
or
would
play
sit.
him?
I would sit. I would absolutely sit.
I would too.
100%. And while I say that, welcome Mr. Rafa to the building.
What's up, Rafa?
Hey, what's up? What's up? Yeah,
What's
I know
happening?
how to understand it about this one, but I'm still stuck at this winter storm. But I just came here and at the perfect time to talk about a little bit of, well, football, Raiders, and of course I'm watching between Ohio State versus Texas Long.
You're so sweet to me. The things you do into my
Hot take: Drew Aller from Penn State is not a
Uh-oh.
starter quarterback. He's
Uh-oh.
good for a backup. He's good for a backup because we've been known that Drew Aller he doesn't very good as mobility, accuracy. He reminds us like somebody like a young Carson Beck or Dak Prescott for Dallas Cowboys. But I guarantee there's my hot take. Drew Aller is not a starting quarterback. He's a backup. He's good as a
I
backup.
I like it. I'm with you. Hey, get in the end zone. Touchdown. Hook 'em. Hook 'em
Oh,
horns,
my God.
baby. Let's go. Boy, let's go. I would love nothing more than with my second
Well, he's-
favorite college team.
He's not coming. He's not coming out anyway. So, like you said, he's gonna stay at one more
Yeah,
year.
no, he's definitely not coming.
So, yeah.
Could be anything for 1 year. I mean, it takes a lot of time to start up the production.
Oh yeah. We got it.
Well, you know what? You got to remember these quarterbacks that took his last year's draft. They were part of the COVID thing, so they had 5 years of being a quarterback. So they had time. It wasn't like just they went there for 2 years and they're the star quarterback. They were there for 5 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Some 6. So they got experience.
Yep.
But only, just the guy I don't want to name, Bo Nix, and Jay Daniels is doing really good. Hate to say Bo Nix, but
Shout out to Pigs in the building. Leo normally is here, but yeah, Leo got this from you, man. Cool jersey top. I agree. I'll add Leo on this.
Yeah, it is pretty cool looking. I like that.
I like that.
It's that Max
Very
Crosby.
good, very
man.
good.
Hit stick. Stepper in the building. This game giving me OT vibes. That type bitch. Yes, sir. I
Did you
did
see
see
Fair
your
Raiders?
first one, man. Triple salute, folks. See that.
Did you see Fair Raiders message here? I really think
which one?
Johnson is Johnson's trading for Hendon Hooker.
Yeah, that would be.
I'm hearing that a lot, dude.
That
Yeah, I
would
heard
be
that
a
too.
lot of people love Hendon Hooker, man. I'm gonna tell you.
In the last
that.
24 hours,
Run down in the
that's
building.
That's what's up,
Maybe it's
Ron.
just hooking them up.
God,
Ron?
run
Hey,
down in the building.
man?
What's cracking, my dude?
We finally here, man. Has
hold
family
on.
to take care of, man. You know how it goes.
Echo.
Yeah, you got your echo going on. Hold on.
Yeah,
The echo? Okay.
That's,
Yeah,
You know
Ron's
how
Echo.
it goes.
echo. There we go. That should help.
Wait. Hold up.
Yeah, there it is.
Let me know this better.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
There.
okay.
There you go.
That's a
There you go.
I
That's
see
a
my
nice
guy
hat.
Raph. What's going on?
that's a nice
What up,
half
Rundown?
Broncos, half Raiders hat you got on there.
This all red.
Wearing
This
this,
is, all right. This all red. All right. First of all, we got.
Oh, that's like an orange red. Just like orange red. All right.
Yeah. We got to be versatile with our Raider gear. What it is.
Oh.
The logo is all that matters. All right, the
Actually, I
logo is
thought
all
you were
that
working
matters,
for the
bro.
state, like a road construction guy.
yeah.
You gotta wear that safety orange.
Oh shit.
Hey, I heard y'all talking on here though, man. I heard y'all talking on here, and yeah, y'all good stuff, man. I'm over here. I have some thoughts about what y'all talking about though. I ain't gonna lie. I have some thoughts.
Yeah, pull up.
Now,
Speak.
I ain't gonna, bro. I'm gonna be real, man. I like Ben Johnson. If we got him, I'd be happy. But like, let's just. I'll talk ridiculous, bro, a little bit. Strictly off, like, there's something telling me, bro, like, I don't know. There's something that's like a cause for pause with him, bro. I can't put my finger on it. I really don't. And maybe it's because we had Josh McDaniels before, and that's a little bit of it, you know what I mean? But then it's like, okay, when, for example, we have an interview request with Ty Monkey, right? You look at Ty Monkey resume, his resume is long. That shit lengthy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he done been many places. You seen success with many different quarterbacks, many different teams. So it's like, with that, okay, you know what I mean? Like, if we got him, I kind of feel a little bit better about that because there's a lot. With Ben, he ain't really places, bro. Like, he hasn't, you know, it's been Miami, the tight ends coach or whatever it was at Miami. He wasn't even like a coordinator. So Detroit, the only place he's been a coordinator, only place he's been there. I'm gonna be real. The person that is really speaking to me, bro, is going, and I blame my pops because he got in my head, bro. It's Pete Carroll kind of speaking, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Speaking.
Wow.
You
like Pete. People like Pete,
speaking,
bro.
He kind of speaking. It's him and another Aaron Glenn is speaking to me too, bro. I don't know why people don't talk about Aaron Glenn a little bit more, but I like Aaron Glenn. Like I'm up.
Aaron Glenn is going to the Saints. He's going to where
he is, but I like Aaron Glenn, bro. I really think he's gonna be a good coach. But regardless of it, I don't know, bro. Reason I like Pete, bro, like Pete give me that rehabilitation vibe. You feel what I'm saying? Like he gives me that thing. Like everywhere he's gone, like he rehabilitates the culture. He gets it back where it needs to be. It's all, I mean, all the vibes is good. And kind of like when you look into here, that's kind of what we need, bro. We're low key. Like we need somebody that's gonna rebuild that culture, really get it in here and like stamp it down. And to my pop's credit, this is what he said, bro. And I'm gonna go ahead because I know I'm ranting, but this the only coach he can walk in right immediately, credential, or over everybody that's in our division, bro. He didn't already beat Harbaugh. You feel what I'm saying? He didn't beat Sean Payton. You feel what I'm saying? Beat Andy Reid already. And if you think about it, there's three. If he would come in, there'd be three coaches in our division with rings. Harbaugh the only one that don't got rings. You know what I'm saying? Like so he would be the third coach in there that got a ring. And I think go ahead.
I think he would even the playing field.
He would even the playing field like a mug. Yeah. He would. Yeah. The only cause for pause, and I think y'all probably talked about it, like the age. He'd be 7 when the season started. So it's like
the age doesn't bother me though.
You'd only have him for 3-4 years.
Exactly. I mean, and now there goes kind of everything you built up.
Unless you have a guy where you bring him in the OC or whatever the case is a credential guy too, where you're like, all right, bro, you're going to be the head coach in like 3 years. You know what I mean? Where it's like, this is where, like, the Patriots didn't figure it out correctly because that was ownership that wanted, not check. That was different. So if we do it right and we're like, all right, bro, this is really how it is. Pete's coming in here. Pete's going to rehabilitate it, get the culture right. And when this new coach comes in, you going to come in, hit the ground running. The team's already built. So you don't have to come in and do all this extra shit. Like, you already know what the expectation is. So, I mean, that would be kind of where it would be.
You got a point there because Pete Carroll did come into USC and completely changed that trash college team. Came in Seattle, completely turned that team around. So
turn that around. You know what I mean?
You got a point on that.
Also, seen him do it without Russ. Seen him do it without Russ.
Yeah. Only thing I worry about is he gonna want total control because both of those teams he had total control.
Drafting and all, did he?
He had total control. He said who he wanted, they got it, but That's one thing I'm scared of. I don't mind have some control, but not total control.
Right.
Like like Gruden had. I don't want that. I don't want that Gruden effect again, where
Nobody
I run everything.
That is true.
I don't want that.
In the scenario where I would be, if you're going to be passing that off to another guy, then the GM, you have to be working with that GM hand lock and step. You know what I mean? Like, because both of y'all would have to be working lock and step to know what the vision would be going forward. It's not just Pete's vision. It'll have to be, this is Tom, this is GM, this is everybody's shit. So it's like we all got to figure out, you know what I mean, who that person would be. You right, as far as I don't want him to have total control. That would be there. But, you know, let's not get it twisted. He didn't get fired from Seattle because he was doing a bad job. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like it ran its course. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like at the point where it was like, nah, we both got to move on. Like, we've come to a head. You know what I mean? Like, Bill, you could say they came to a head, but Bill kind of got fired. Like, he was bad towards the end of the Patriots.
Okay.
I don't know. See, now that
Bill was bad, bro. Bill was, because this is the thing. You can definitely point to Bill and say you was drafting, you was definitely doing that.
Nah, but see, that's where you wrong, Rundown, because that wasn't the case.
He wasn't drafting them players.
No, that's what I'm trying to tell you. You know, Spencer's on the show. I'll just tell you.
Okay, go ahead. What's Spence?
He always talks about wanting to talk to you about a lot of stuff too. But real talk, that wasn't him. That was Kraft, bro. Kraft is the one that has been kind of making the problems for Bill Belichick. That's how Mayo even came about, bro. I thought it was Bill that kind of put that together.
No, and I learned that ownership wanted Gerard. Yeah.
So Kraft was the reason why things started to fall apart, because he started wanting to put more input in. At least that's what's coming from those diehard Patriots.
Yeah, I understand.
So I don't think it's Bill at all, and that's another reason why everybody's like, "Hey, he wants to coach again," and it's sad that he's going down to college to do it, because he's still Bill Belichick and shouldn't be doing it. So I'm just giving you what the streets is.
Well, I'll say this though, right? It's very hard for me to believe that Robert Kraft was like, "Hey, man, let's hire Joe Judge as an offensive coordinator, and let's do all these things." Like, it's very hard for me to believe that. That's
I understand what you're saying, but that's the reason why they fell apart. I'll tell you that.
No, I get that.
Bill wasn't getting what he
if you want to
wanted.
say front office wise, I get that, bro. But it's like there are some things you cannot just take completely off of Bill's plate. You know what I mean? Like, you did hire certain guys that didn't really need to be hired in certain positions to then, when Mac Jones was there, to then kind of upgrade Mac Jones. That didn't work. And we all saw that didn't work, right? So from there, after Mac Jones left and all that, and we figured out Mac Jones wasn't that guy, that's when it was like everything was dissipating. Now, we're not going to talk about the defensive side. Bill always got that on lock. But if we talking about him implementing and building the roster, making the offensive moves, he definitely didn't do that. Right. But if you're comparing that to Pete Carroll,
man, I wish I could. I'm gonna see if Spence can pull up.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now.
I feel like
he will be on y'all next about Bill Belichick. I'm telling you.
I feel like he didn't do that.
Plus, Bill also proved that he couldn't win without Brady either. Let's face it.
See, that's a lot. Man, if Spence could come up there, y'all gonna get y'all.
I mean, from the time Brady left, and he went downhill after that too.
Yeah, well, I mean, really wasn't him that went downhill. See, that's again why I'm trying to say.
Well, the roster did too.
Well, the team went down, I should say.
So
he took players with him.
He wasn't making the calls. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Y'all talking about how everything went downhill, but what if y'all found out he wasn't the one that was making the calls? That's what I'm trying to get across.
Yeah, but there was
see what I'm saying, and that's why everything fell apart and they parted ways, because it was going downhill and Kraft wanted to take more control.
Yeah, but here's the thing about it.
What these guys are. I'm not a Patriot fan, dude. I could care less about Bill Belichick or any of these guys. Yeah. But I'm just telling you what they're saying. Hence why Bill is still think about it. If Bill really was this bad, I mean, come on.
Really would people be wanting to bring him in?
You see what I'm saying?
No, you're right.
Like, come on.
He's still relevant.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't.
He's still totally relevant.
Yeah.
I mean, but here's the thing. Here's the thing about it. I mean, Pete Carroll, we know that he's a proven culture, building a winner, because he knows how to rebuild, and that's what the people are needed. But my biggest concern about for this one is his age, and that's a legitimate concern, because he's not at the top of the list, but instead of being the coach, I mean, it could have happened. Because if he was like 5 years younger, he will be like a perfect candidate. But I'm still concerned about his age. I mean, we need to build something here, not even close, because how long is it going to be 10 to coach with 73 years old? Maybe 3-4 years, because we made that very clear to want to outline, not only for the general manager but also the head coach. So whoever get a hire, so he's knows very borrowed until Carroll retires, because that will limit the candidates who are willing to take the job in a few years. So we need to start all over with a new duo. I mean, at 74-year-old defensive coach is one of those last things that we shouldn't be for. I mean, he's great at building the program and culture, which is sorely we need. They just need like either the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, or they're just trying to take over if he succeeds else everywhere because of something. But I understand that they just need some like an old persons right now. But
somebody seasoned.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody that has some actual real experience.
But look at Pete Carroll. You watch Seattle games, everything. You see Pete Carroll on the sidelines at that time was like 2 years ago. He still's a vibrant man. He still moves around. You watch him now. He walks and talks like he's like 50 years old. He looks like he's younger than me. So I mean, his age. The only thing that really can hurt him, get ill, anything like that. Hope nothing like that happens. But I would have that culture change. And then, like what Ram was saying, that I don't, he had the guy that they want don't have no experience, don't know anything. I just want to know, can he talk to the players? Because we had that experience before. One thing great about AP, he can play to the players. Not good head coach, but he can talk to the players. See, this head coach Ben Johnson coming in there, is he gonna be like another McDummy? I don't talk to the players. I don't do anything. We don't need that. We need a relatable coach. And Pete Carroll can relate to everybody.
and then I'm low key even talking myself into it, but let's say that.
It don't sound like rundown. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It don't sound like my nephew. It don't sound like my nephew at all.
Every time I say something, it's like, okay, well, it's like I can't really dispute that. Like, cause I was talking to my pops, but he kept saying stuff, and I'm like, well, shit, I can't really dispute what he's saying. Now, say this, right? Turp, how long do you say it's gonna take us? Like, if we were to say, if we get this right, say if we get the GM hire right, and we get the coach right, how long would you say it takes us to build a sustainable winning culture?
3 years. 3 years. 3 years.
Now, let me finish that. Right? You said 3 years, right? How long did we just say Pete Carroll will probably coach for the rest of his thing? 3.
Right.
If he gets that shit right and the culture is right, and we actually have a person that's behind him that's like, all right, bro, like that's gonna be your shit. Years. Then at that point, right, the culture is built. It's sustained.
It is, but there's no guarantee that backup, that successor is going to work.
Of course not.
That's the part.
Of course not. But your thing would be this person would have to be in the building already for at least 2-3 years, right? Like in there, already talking to the players, already known in the building. So when that transition happens, it's like, okay, it's not just like for example, people gonna get mad, but like how AP transition, they already knew him. You know what I mean? So it's like it was easy, kind of when he was speaking to the players. It's like this motherfucker was already in the building. We know what type of person he is. So something like that. But of course, at that point, this would be a more experienced person that we will put into the position at that point.
Yeah, but Rondon, here's the thing. I mean, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I know that all from us Seattle fans, they just want Pete Carroll going like 2020 because he knows he to play a very specific type of football, and he doesn't really to adjust to his personal because he doesn't use like tight ends too much because he had living around for Seattle for a decade. But I know what I got my thinking about it. So if we can bring Carroll and Ben Johnson, I mean, they're gonna put guarantees in the contract that Carroll gets 3 years and Johnson gets 5. It takes over the helm with the Carroll's departure elevation to senior role. I mean, these are the type of guys that you can be patient, just like a Sean Payton or Jim Harbaugh because they don't want to take Patrick was getting carried if the Broncos win 5-12 a season. How about Harbaugh if LA Chargers win 5-12? There's no chance because we used to be like this function we can even envision having a legit coach guarantee more than one season. I mean, he's right here to build the culture and stay near through the building. I mean, there's no how to include up this because if it's true, he's gonna be successful. It doesn't be, but it doesn't feel like I had to correct decision because I will take it for like some coaches that have a lot of culture and a lot of leadership, but we need something like a really like younger, but also we need something with more experience to get involved with the defense and special teams that we need it for.
I see that. I said, you know what? Well, and shout out. I see my people in the building, man. I see Raider, Trey, Dixon, Sider, everybody in the building. But check me out. Okay, so let me go down the list, man, because I didn't really hear. So I want to know y'all, like, who are y'all looking at? Candidates, man, or some dark horses that y'all talk. I know for me, bro, I keep saying it. This is Aaron Glenn for me, bro. Like I Aaron Glenn, like especially. I encourage everybody, you know, the podcast with Ryan Clark. You know what I mean? I keep forgetting the pivot. He's on there. He has a full interview on the pivot. Go watch that. That shit right there, bro. Like that right there will show you what type of coach he is and what type of coach he will be. He gonna be good coach, bro. I really think if he goes to the right situation. So that'd be kind of my dark horse one.
Well, let me ask you this rundown: how much fun do you think watching that interview if Pete Carroll came in, like sitting there and just watching him? Like I would have a blast with it because I think he's such a down to earth type of coach, and I think he relates well. Like I said it earlier, he relates well to young players too.
The media would have a field day with him and Max on the field.
Oh my God, you kidding me? It'd be like
Max, bro.
It's almost like hiring your grandfather to coach an NFL team if you think about it, you know, or a goofy uncle. You know, he's just such a great personality too.
Yeah, the players have fun. You can tell they have fun with him. Now at Seattle and USC, he was dancing on, cheering with him. They like his personality and his charisma. They love him. Don't mean as a winning culture, a winning team, but all the players like him. They respect him.
The last season he had, what was the last season he had? Was it a terrible season that he was with?
I would have to look it up.
I don't think it was that bad of a season that he had. That last season with Seattle.
I think they misplayed.
It was a mid-season.
I think they misplayed one game.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that.
AFC West and the NFC West was like horrible.
True.
They're still horrible. I hate the Rams.
Pretty much.
I mean, let's put it this way: if we end up coming out and saying that's who we're hiring, I'm not gonna be pissed.
Hell no.
You know, I like your idea of if you've got somebody, just like, in all honesty, that's what New England did with Mayo. They had him signed to a contract that if Belichick left, that's who took over. You know, they were able to sideskip the whole Rooney Rule by doing that because it was in a contract prior to.
Hey, come on, now. Just look at it real quick. Just look. It looked natural. I ain't gonna lie. It looks straight.
Yeah, it does.
It looks straight, man. Some coaches don't look right in it. I ain't gonna lie to you. Some don't. But when I be looking at him, bro, I'm like, that shit look natural. I ain't gonna lie. It looked like he a Raider coach.
Y'all trying to will.
It's the silver fox, man. It's the silver fox.
They trying.
You asked the question. You asked the question, right? You asked the question. What coach we're looking for? I can tell you this. I don't mind the ones they got on their list, all but one. And I think I put that in your text yesterday. Everybody except John Gruden.
Exactly. I agree.
In that chat.
Shout out to Ginger Mullivan.
We're serious, bro. Like this is a serious search. You feel what I'm saying? Like I would think this is a serious search because I see the candidates that other teams that have openings are interviewing. And they're not the same candidates. You know what I mean? Like some have accepted their interviews with them, but like I'm even looking at the Bears, like yeah, they get acceptance, but like even the people that they're even looking at, right? What are you looking at? You know what I mean? Like what are you even looking at? All the candidates, I'd be honest with you, except one, and that is Spagnuolo. That'd be the only one I wouldn't like. That's it.
At least the
All
Reds
Salah.
do. At least the Reds.
You wouldn't like Salah?
No, there's no head coach. No.
Oh, as a head coach.
DC.
No head coach. No.
DC.
DC, of course. 100%.
At least the Reds are doing due diligence. They're actually interviewing different coaches without having a mind map. All right, we're gonna get him anyway. See, like they did with Big Dummy. Mark Davis knew who he wanted, and then John Gruden, same thing. He knew who he wanted. I interviewed nobody. This is what I'm getting. That's it. Done deal. At least they're interviewing different people.
This one now is a
Early.
proper search. You feel what I'm saying?
Early,
it's a proper
too.
search, bro. I
Early,
kind of
not
want to
late.
read something to y'all real quick, and I don't know.
You got the
y'all
chat,
probably-
right? Rundown. You got the chat, right?
I do not have the chat. I need the link. I do need that link. If you can send it, good sir. What was I gonna say? Hold on. But I do have something that I read of importance, very important, because we did hire somebody. I don't know if you guys heard, but we did hire somebody that.
Yeah, we talked about it.
You know, yeah, you already talked about it to help. Did you already talk
We
about
didn't talk
the people
about
that
it
he's
in
helped
depth.
hire?
We didn't
as well?
talk about it in.
Okay. So yeah. So look, and sometimes like Mark, what I'm talking about. Now, if this time it's like this is smart shit, because I used to say it before, bro. Like this man trusts too many people, and there's too many chefs in the kitchen sometimes with Mark. Like that be the problem with Mark. He be trusting too many people, too many outside opinions, and that's why sometimes we be looking like scatterbrained. We look like we don't know what to do because the owner sometimes don't know what the hell he want to do. We all over the place, right? But this time, it seems that he's serious. Right, this motherfucker, like, you know when you play the video game and like you trying to sit up because you like, all right, I gotta start taking this a little
Like, God damn it, I'm getting this fight.
I gotta start taking this a little serious. That's what it seemed like with Mark right now. So I ain't gonna lie. So I know y'all probably talked about the Jed Hughes, right? Like that's Jed Hughes. But these are some of his hires that he's either done or he's been involved in, right? So Andy Reid, Pete, John Harbaugh, Sean McDermott, Matt LaFleur, Bob Myers from the Warriors, Steve.
Is he freezing?
Yeah.
Keep skipping.
He froze.
Yeah, he got that. Rule.
Or he's either hired directly. So take that list for what you is, but a lot of them motherfuckers on that list are successful people.
Say last name
when I
because
brought it up
Yeah,
earlier,
you
that's
broke
what
up.
I said.
you froze. Say the last two names. I think.
Yeah.
The last two names were Steve Kerr and Jim Harbaugh.
Oh, okay. Because he froze. We didn't hear.
Yeah, Steve Kerr, Jim Harbaugh, and then of course Bob Myers at GM. But a lot of people on that list, bro, are winners, bro.
Yeah.
Winners.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
that's what I was saying
I mean,
earlier.
And I brought that up earlier about him, and I said, it just seems like we're serious about this now because we're bringing in a heavy hitter from the outside. We don't normally let outsiders in on shit like this, as a
100%.
Raiders organization.
100%.
And if you also look at his past history and what he did as a coach, too, in the NFL, and the coaches he worked with when he was, an actual assistant coach or a linebacker coach. I mean, you're talking Chuck Noll, Bo Schembechler. So the guy knows how to evaluate players and talent, too. So he knows what he's doing. And I didn't know this list until you just brought it up. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's an impressive list. That's a lot of successful guys.
All of them
That's two
successful.
sports. That's two sports and successful both. You know what I mean? Both of them is successful. So, I mean, that's really, really impressive, man. And then you got to think, like, even the John Harbaugh and all these guys, like, that's like 2000s damn near. You know what I mean? Like, that's way back there. You know what I mean? That's
you're
a
talking
long,
a lot
lengthy list.
Well, yeah, you're talking about guys that lasted in a position a long time, too. That's what you're getting at. I mean, these are guys that just didn't come in for 2 years and then were gone.
Right.
I mean, even Steve Kerr, how long has he been a head coach for the Warriors? You know,
How long has he been? How long has he been a head coach? It's been a minute. It's been a smooth minute. I'm not gonna lie.
It's been a while.
and how many championships has he pulled?
Oh shit.
Wow.
At this point, you can count
That's
the
what I
hand.
mean.
At this point, then.
So
I think it's
even that the fact that it's a different
it's
sport,
5.
and he's more known for bringing football guys in. You know, even with basketball, he was still successful in getting them guys. You know, so
You got a
it
question
shows you how
from
much
Jack
talent
Henna.
this guy is.
What do you think of the advisor of the Raiders and hiring him Hughes to help the Raiders find a good pairing and head coaches? He paired Andy Reid and Harbaugh with his.
We haven't hired anyone yet, Leo.
Yeah, but this guy right here.
He's talking about who we're talking about.
This guy right here, bro. This guy right here is because before there was like a couple years they said we're trusting this seat, and you look at his goddamn resume, it's like what the fuck? Like I got the same. You know what I mean? Like I could have helped Mark out. We all could have helped Mark out at that point, bro. But now you look at this, it's like, and all the other people that are helping, it's probably like, Richard Seymour, Tom Brady. And people not talking about Richard Seymour enough, and I really wonder what his role is in some of this too. I know it's kind of undefined because it's a lot of people right now in the group. But
let me cut you off right quick, Ron. So, got some information. So, Steve Kerr been coaching the Warriors for 10 years in the NBA. That's unheard of. That's a long time for a head coach, period. Anywhere. 10 years in the NBA.
Years?
10. He started in May 2014.
Because I do remember when he took over for Mark Jackson. I do remember.
He's been there for a while.
So,
I mean, those are like
crazy,
old
bro.
school years,
That's
like
wild.
back in the 80s and everything, in 90s when these coaches lasted that long. Nowadays, coaches don't last long in any sport.
Oh,
2
hell no.
years out, 2 years
Fire.
out, or even 6 months, you're out of here.
I mean, look at hockey, for instance. They go on a 20-game losing streak. That coach is done.
Done.
100%.
These coaches don't last like they used to because everybody wants that. I want to win now. What can you do for me?
Right.
NFL, you've only got 17 games. You got a very small season. Baseball, you got 100 and something games. Hockey, you're in the 60s and 70s in games. Basketball, I don't know how many games of basketball NBA is.
Well, you got
Yeah,
82, but see, look, I think football kind of has ruined it a little bit for itself because you have seen teams like, they go from nothing to something. You know what I mean? Like, and it's happened more frequently than it has ever before. So, like the NFL now is looking for the flash in the pan, but this is the thing, right? And this is like, hey, shout out, now I'm here. But this is the thing with the flash in the pan. It can work, and then sometimes it can fizzle out too, like we're seeing with the Dolphins. And that's and let's take McDaniels out of the equation, bro, because that's easy for us to do that. My fear is that Ben Johnson would be like Mike McDaniel. And you look at the Dolphins, right? Like it's like they're just not a complete team. You can't put your finger on it, but they're just not complete. You feel what I'm saying? Like the offense, when
You can put your finger on it. You can put your finger on it.
and then you can. But see this, I don't know if Ben Johnson have the softness problem, that Mike McDaniel has. I don't know if that's an issue, but at the same time, still, it's like the defense never get right. It's clicking, but then it's just like, it's just never on center. It's never balanced with him, bro. And it's like, that'd be my fear with Ben Johnson because he kind of has the same resume as Mike McDaniel when Mike McDaniel was coming out. And by all means, I did want Mike McDaniel at the time. I did. But now I think like a couple years have passed. More experience, of course, with the content and what we've
I don't
seen.
think I'd want him now.
Exactly. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, nah. It just got to be the right mixture, bro. It just got to be. It has to be the right fit more than it's like we got to get the name or we got to get the scheme. You get what I'm saying? It's like when you look at D'Amico Ryans, he fits Houston.
What I see from the Dolphins, like a couple years ago, they were explosive. They were burning up people all over the field. They were just wasting people.
100%.
And then the second year, they kind of did a little bit, but they slowed down. The third year, they didn't do anything.
Will Howard's booty, bro.
They did not change anything. They kept the same thing going and going and going. Don't you know that defenses read tape? They look at tape. They're like, we know what you're going to do in this play. We got to shut it down. So he didn't really change much. These same players didn't increase anybody. I don't know if they had a salary cap hell or what happened to them, but they didn't bring anybody in. So it got kind of still real quick.
Yeah. So that'd be kind of my fear. It just has to be somebody that fits where we're at and fits the players that are on the team right now. Now we got some guys that gonna put the hard hat on and gonna go to work. I say that we do got some guys on the squad that's going to do that. After we purge out a little couple of some of the other ones that I think don't need to be over here no more, we're gonna have even more. But this team is young. That's the problem. My thing. This team is young. It needs to be molded. We're the second youngest roster in the NFL, bro. You know what I mean? Like just take that in. Remember with Gruden, we had the fucking oldest roster in the NFL at one point, bro. At this point now, we have one of the youngest rosters, bro. Like, they need to be molded. You know what I mean? Like, and if they're not molded correctly, we're going to have a bunch of dudes that's not developing correctly and not really understanding the game. You feel me? Like, so that's kind of where I'm like, that's where they might lean experience. Because even the quarterback, young. You know what I mean? Unless you plan to go and you get motherfucker like Kirk, nobody wants. I don't want. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want that at all. Unless you plan to do that. But
that price tag.
Hey, more than likely your quarterback, if we whatever the case may be, he's gonna be young. I just think we're gonna need a general up in that motherfucker that's gonna mold the team the correct way and get something right. The younger coaches scare me a little bit. That's where I'm like, I'm fearful, very fearful. Now, if we already had talent in place,
much in too short of a time frame to make a name for themselves too, and that could be an issue. And you're gonna burn players that don't want to be there and don't want to have to deal with that shit either.
All right, so let's check out Jack Hennett's question. Patrick Graham. Until the last week, the Raiders had a top 10 defense. Graham is the wants to bring back.
Not if you can get Robert Saleh. Thank you for your service. I'll tell you that right now, dog. I done seen Robert Saleh make defenses legit. And like,
let's be honest. He's got a better track record.
Hey, thank you. And Turf is the ultimate Patrick Graham guy, bro.
Exactly. I can admit that. I admit
Come on now.
Salah has a better track record.
I don't even think it's like all that comparable, bro. I've seen Saleh have like legit top 5 defenses. Top 5. In 2 places.
I agree.
I mean, it's hard to keep a guy that doesn't want to be here either.
Robert Saleh,
is Patrick Graham going to want to stay depending on who comes in? And is it that whoever gets hired as the head coach, are they going to want him too?
I don't think he wants to stay anyway. I don't think we have.
He might as well take that Cincinnati job, bro. Take that Cincinnati job.
I don't blame. My point, and this is my point. That's a good job for him. I don't blame him for not taking this. The problem I have is these coaches we're vetting. Like the ones that we know, if they're not the ones that we're offering, then they aren't the ones that's showing up. You kind of already know what you're getting. Because, bro, honestly, if you actually have a choice, are you really picking us over the other choice? Let's be real here. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm very objective now.
You said over the other teams?
Yeah, I'm not picking us.
Be honest with you, Turf.
I don't want to deal with my front office. I don't want to ruin my career on the first bad choice by joining an organization that is guaranteed known for the most dysfunction, and they treat their players and coaches horribly on the way out the door. Horribly. Don't get me wrong.
Shit, I mean, what I just saw from the Giants today, I ain't never seen Mark Davis do that, or somebody do that.
What did the Giants do?
The Giants do crazy. Bro, I'm gonna pull up I'm gonna pull it up because the GM had something crazy come out today where he was talking about a player that was like making like a minimum, and I
haven't heard anything about the Giants. All I know is I still
they signed him.
I don't know. I don't see how anybody looks worse than.
I'm gonna pull it up because y'all can read it better. It better than that I could tell.
We look
Hold on,
terrible
hold on.
right
Let me see.
now. I mean, we look absolutely terrible. Between, what they've done to the ones that have left in Derek Carr, right?
Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm going to read it for y'all. Okay.
Oh, I see it. I'm looking at it right now on ESPN.
Before the start of Week 4 game against the Cowboys, this is Week 4. The Giants wanted a player, McLeod, to take a pay cut from the 1-year, $2.98 million deal that he signed as a restricted free agent in the offseason, according to a player source. McLeod wanted to remain with the Giants, but on the current deal.
The Giants just struck. NFL just shut rundown down.
Yeah, he did.
I guess so, right? Yeah, they just got
killed
them
his
out all
internet
together.
So you talk too much. Be quiet.
No, you're not. Bang.
Right. That's funny. They'll come back. But yeah, I haven't heard anything about that, to be honest. I have no news on anything Giants related in the front office.
Man, he's back.
Idiots like
They cut you off, huh?
Oh, yeah, man. Shit cut me off. They ain't want
Put
me
it
they
up.
ain't want to say the bad shit. They ain't want me to stay exposed the truth.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Roger Goodell's
keep
killed
going.
your internet feed.
Yeah. Hey, hold on now. Don't be saying all that now. Yeah, but basically told him don't pay October's rent.
Huh?
Don't pay October's rent. As soon as I could cut him, I'm cutting him. So that's bad. That's a bad look.
Why,
And they
wait,
kept
I'm
their GM.
confused. Why is that bad? I'm confused.
That's a bad look, bro. You telling a man that's starting right before a game that you want him to take a pay cut, and you sign me to that 2.9?
Bruh,
Bro, you was the one that signed me to this contract. Yeah, nah. They was the one that signed me to this contract. If you don't kiss my black ass, I'm not taking no pay cut for you.
Yeah.
Right before a game?
Right before a game. That's bad. Right before a game.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like
it's
they say,
messing your whole mental up. Yeah.
bro, they saying that he's starting this game, and this is right before a game. They coming to this man talking about you trying to take a pay cut. Fuck no.
You could at least wait till the bye week or something.
Right,
Thank you.
Right. Wow. Why are these dudes wide open?
Ooh, and then right after the game tells the agent that don't pay your rent. I'm gonna cut as soon as I can replace you. I'm replacing you. Huh?
That's wild.
That is dirty.
If you want to go there, man, so help you God, bro. Say what you want, bro.
Well,
but they
people know that. People know that the Giants haven't been known for being good or much.
They're not a good organization to me.
Yeah,
That's why Dion, the one his boy going there, said, "I only
They're
go
not
to
a good
Giants."
organization to me, bro. I mean, even the
Well,
owner's
if the
not
Giants
good.
take them, they're gonna have to deal with it.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
I think the ownership's
I don't know.
a little
I
bit
still, I
stronger
ain't
now
gonna
in
lie
New
to
York
y'all.
than the
I'm not
last
gonna lie
time
to y'all.
that somebody tried pulling that with them.
I would still go to the Giants over. I'm just gonna keep it because
Really?
you got much. Yeah, because you got much more of a market. You're in New York City. It's a whole different ball.
The team
Your
is
money-
dysfunctional to me.
That
Bro.
money is
I don't
different.
know.
They are dysfunctional, but we're way more dysfunctional.
Really?
We are way. Oh, absolutely.
I think it's neck and neck. Like I mean, over the past couple
we're
years,
neck and
sure,
neck
like-
with the Jets for the bottom of the
Couple
barrel.
of years, man. About 5 years. Past
We're
5
neck and
years.
neck with the Jets for the bottom of the barrel, but I think the Giants.
I mean, because they had Eli was winning, but if you subtract that, bro, subtract after Eli has left. Tell me, Turf, what have they done
right
since Eli has been gone?
Nothing. What is that? 08? 07?
Well, they made the playoffs day balls first. Yeah, that's and they
That's
won
it.
a game, and that's about it.
That's it. Same
Yeah,
as
no,
us.
I'm with
It's
y'all.
the
I'm
same
just
shit.
saying
It's the same.
they made the. I mean, I don't know. I don't.
We made the
we're not that
playoffs and
good.
I mean,
lost
they've
too.
done one thing we haven't done in a long time, and that's to win a playoff game, and they did it on the road.
Exactly.
They
They
did
look
win.
bad. I'm just telling you, I would go to the Giants before.
Yeah,
I'm being objective and honest about it. If I'm
and I ain't got to
objectively
pay no
looking
New
at
York
it-
tax. Fuck that. If I'm gonna be a dysfunction,
Well-
at least I want all the bread I can.
Right. No, and I agree with that. I agree with that. But
New York, at least, like you already know, man. You like say if you get something for $5 million in New York turf, how much the tax is gonna take?
yeah, to half, easy.
Exactly. So it's
Yeah,
like
you can hit over the head. Yeah.
you're not touching that $5 million if you got $5 million. Hell no.
Why Connecticut
Uncle
had to
Sam
do
is
that.
cutting that in half.
Oh
Yeah, and you
That's
still got to
a
pay your
wrap
agent.
already.
Yeah, all that money
After
going.
that's already subtracted, bro. Like,
Oh,
nah,
he tackled him.
like,
What was
nah.
that, bro? Yeah,
You
give
talking
him
about
that.
45% of your check gone already, just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Already, bro. Like, and in Vegas, like, that's like, come on now, we're not even comparing that. In Vegas, like,
you get all your bread.
taxes. Oh yeah, you getting all that. You getting all that. Agent happy,
Now-
everybody happy.
Now, Bloody Raider, you tripping just a little bit because I wouldn't rather want to live in New York over Vegas.
Rather
I'm
live
just
in New
saying
York
that you
than
got a
Vegas?
better
Oh no,
chance.
hell no. Well, see, that's me
no.
personally. I think that's a personal question though.
That's a
Like,
It is a
personal-
personal
yeah.
question.
That's a
Oh,
personal-
100%.
I mean, some people love living in New York City. I will
Yeah, that's
say
a personal question, bro. Like, some people love that hustle and bustle. Like, my cousin, she go to NYU. You feel what I'm saying? So, and she gonna live out there after she done. I'm like, I can't do that. I'm not built like that. Chill.
I work
thing-
them
there's-
down there.
You know,
there's
I mean,
one thing
I don't mind.
there's one-
I don't mind
there's one thing
visiting
I'll-
New York City, but I don't want to live there.
nah, hell
There's
no.
one thing I don't like is a bunch of people bumped into me when I was trying to walk to the store. I hate crowds. I hate crowds. That's why I'm out here isolated, man. My next door neighbors are about 50 feet away from me. So that's
See,
why I like.
that's what I want. That's what I want. As soon as it goes. See, the wifey, she like being all around the hustle. Like, nah. Well, as soon as we getting older, it's over. I want my ranch, and I don't
You're
want
gonna move out
nobody
to the
near me,
sticks.
bro. Oh yeah, so I don't want nobody near me, bro. Nobody.
Oh, you better
Yeah,
go
come
move
on.
to Montana or something, buy a nice big
No.
piece of property, and
I
you live
want-
out in the middle of nowhere.
On the island, bro. I want
Yeah.
to live on the island
There you
when,
go.
when it's
Oh,
time.
what are you
when
doing,
I'm y'all
Texas?
age.
What are you doing, Texas?
Oh yeah. Hey,
You
when
get
I'm
my
y'all
age?
age, I'm on the island, bro. That's what I want. Nobody. That's where I'm at.
How do you think we are? Our age.
It don't matter. As soon as the gray starts coming in the beard, that's when I know I'm dead. Let's just say that. Like, as soon
All
as
right,
the
let me
gray's
say
in the
this.
beard,
Let
I'm
me
dead.
say this. Let me say this, Run. As soon as Lil Run Jr. come here, watch those grays pop in.
Oh yeah.
Watch how fast they come.
Right?
So don't say
right.
that now. Watch those gray hairs. See this?
Right.
I just got this.
Hey, shout out to Brian Phillips
That's
in
a
the
fact.
building.
That's
What's
a
going
fact.
on, Brian? Hey guys, I'm a diehard Raiders fan. Loved them to death since the Lionel Howie Long days. But I'm from Akron, Ohio. Hey, shout out Chris. And today
Hey.
I'm rooting for the Buckeyes. Yeah,
Well, you got one
we
more
got a lot
stop,
of
man.
that
Y'all got
right
one
now.
more stop.
We got a lot of that going on right now. Yeah,
Y'all got
welcome,
one more
man.
stop.
Welcome. I hope you enjoy the show, enjoy the channel. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and all of it.
So is this low key a watch party?
I mean, basically, it might as well be.
Low key a watch
Yeah.
party.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Fourth down. Quinn Ewers has looked okay. in
Oh
this
my
game.
God. Oh my.
Oh my God! Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. It's a wrap. Never mind.
Jesus Christ.
Never mind.
Oh
I can't even
Jesus.
believe it.
That was
Take that man
horrible.
off the board, bro. Take him.
I
For
can't-
anybody that's talking
I
about
can't-
drafting this man, bro, it's a
I
wrap.
can't see the game. What happened?
Let's
Bro,
let's
he got
let's
strip
take him
sacked.
in the first round. I want him in the first
He got
round.
strip sacked in this man. Fourth and goal, Chris. Strip sacked, and they just took
He's
it back
a
for a
Superman.
touchdown.
Bro, I know
What?
Sark is so pissed
They
off.
just took it back for a touchdown. Fourth and goal at the 3-yard line, bro. Strip
Next
sack
year,
for a
quarterback.
touchdown.
He fits the mold because that's all quarterbacks
And that's the
do.
type of talent we're used to
Yeah,
drafting. So I
Yeah,
mean,
well,
Yeah, he fits the mold. That's what we always have.
100%. Wow, bro.
look
That's
at these
not on
Texas
Sark.
fans.
Leo, that is not on Sark, bro. Ewers is garbage juice.
Yeah,
He's garbage
I
juice.
agree.
You can't take no strip sack on no goddamn fourth and goal.
Nah.
Just can't happen. Now the right tackle did get his ass beat, but that's your right tackle, bro. You're right-handed. You see him. Get up out of
Right.
here. That just can't happen. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that had nothing to do with Sark at all.
That was horrible.
He's using the guy that got him there. And that's
Yeah, that
on
just
the
can't
guy
happen,
that
bro.
got him there. That ain't got nothing to do with no Steve Sark.
Is this kid coming out or is he staying another year? Because
Transfer somewhere, bro.
There's all kinds of rumors. They've been.
He's got a
rumoring
that right tackle got his ass beat.
yeah, that he's got to be on the bench after that one.
But he ain't got no goddamn feel. He ain't got no awareness. You know what I mean? Like some other quarterbacks feel that. Like there's a dude coming right here. Like okay, I gotta move. He ain't feel. He just is to the shit, staring it down, bro. Like what are you doing? I don't know, bro. If Ohio, like, hey, Leo, y'all got a tall ass task, bro.
Yeah,
Look at all
y'all
last
want
task,
the
bro.
Texas.
Yeah,
to
they
win
do.
this game. Y'all didn't want what you just saw. That was the last thing you wanted.
Yeah, that's y'all got a tall task, bro, because Ohio State is ain't nothing to fuck with. Y'all gonna have to make it ugly, gritty. That's the only way Notre Dame gonna win, bro.
I hate to say it, but I think that's a wrap already.
Really?
Yeah.
They too explosive, bro. Like Ohio State, Ohio explosive. Notre Dame don't produce enough explosive plays, dog. Like,
who do you think's defense was better, Texas or Notre Dame?
Now Notre Dame got a defense though. Notre Dame.
That's why I'm asking. Who do you think has a better D?
Notre Dame does. I think Notre Dame got a slightly better D, bro. And they missing a top corner.
Yeah, Notre Dame is legit, bro. They legit.
They're feisty, bro. They're feisty.
It's going to be a good game either way, though. I think.
Oh, it's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Marcus Freeman, bro. I'm rooting for Marcus Freeman, but I don't.
As long as it's a better game than that TCU versus Georgia game.
Right. This is some. These are legit. These are legit powerhouses. We straight up. However, I feel like Texas. They were sputtering anyway. Texas was sputtering.
Yep.
They ain't have enough. I think Quinn Ewers. The time is up. The time is done.
Yeah, it's time for him to move on. It's time for him to move on.
Either you go to the draft, or you go to another school.
Well, I'll tell you what. We need to save that clip because anytime somebody on any one of our shows says, "Hey, what about you?" Pull that one up right there.
Pull it up.
Show that one. This is why.
I'm hearing so many mixed reviews. I'm gonna tell y'all though, I'm hearing so many mixed reviews on the Jackson Dart reviews. I gotta say
this while it's on my mind right quick. I'm sorry to cut you off, Ron.
No, go ahead.
The Telesco thing. I think this is my personal opinion. I think they didn't want to deal with him because he didn't want to move from the quarterbacks he wanted. Tom Brady is looking at some other quarterbacks and other players. Tom Brady probably was hell bent on one quarterback. One, Dylan Gabriel. He was hell bent on him because he's an Oregon guy. He loved Oregon quarterbacks. So I think his meeting with the big brass saying like, so where do you see our future going? Well, I want to draft this quarterback and this and this, this. And no, we want this guy. No, we getting this guy. They probably say, you know what?
Yep.
There's a door right there behind you.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
We're going
something happened.
Direction because to fire him like that 2 days after the AP, like that's strange. Why didn't he fire him all in one shot? He fired him.
Well, and after they put out a presser saying that his job is safe too. Don't forget that. I think actual notification from the Raiders football headquarters says Telesco's job is safe.
I think
and
he said
2 days later they shit can him.
I think Tom Brady or somebody asked him the question, "What are you looking for?" And I don't think it's that with neither one of them. I think
up a great point.
Nope.
And I don't want to cut you off, Chris. My bad too.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Y'all bring up a great point with that though, because this is what I was gonna say earlier when Turf brought up. I don't know how desirable it is. Now look, when Ben Johnson and a lot of these people are looking at these jobs, their kind of main thing too is they want cohesion within ownership, GM, and him themselves, right? So at that point, you looking around. Jacksonville is keeping the GM that they have in bulk, right? And from a lot of sources and a lot of people that talk, bro, like he's not really revered around the league. You feel what I'm saying? Like people know him, but it's like he's not really a highly touted GM. You know what I mean? So if you're already a coach that's gonna stick with this dude, and it's like I don't really want to work with that dude, that kind of eliminates that right there, right? Because if you already know he's not going nowhere, the owner in him is like that. Well, then, shit, I don't really want to work with him, bro. I'm not up to that. And if my job's in jeopardy, bro, I know what's gonna happen. Y'all already in cahoots. You feel what I'm saying? Fuck that. I'm not going over there and getting my job. So then if you look at us, bro, I feel it was very smart for them to be like, nah, we gotta let it go and if a new coach come in here, new GM, let's go.
I kind of said that earlier too, that it's more enticing for a head coach to come here if he knows that he can be involved in who the GM's going to be. And like you just said, because all these other teams are sticking with the current GMs that are looking for a head coach. You haven't seen any of them make a move to get rid of any of their GMs. You know, and if like Ben Johnson tells him, listen, I want to be able to have a say in who's going to be my GM that I'm going to have to work with while I'm here. You know, that because we don't have player personnel as an uptick to bring a coach here. We've got the draft pick and the salary cap. That's kind of what we got. We don't have the quarterback right now. You know, we've got one guy on defense that you can count on with Max, provided he comes back super healthy. You got Brock Bowers, and you got 2 good rookie offensive linemen. Other than that, you know, you look at New England, they have Drake May, who I think is going to be good for them for a long time. You've got a running back already. All they need is a wide receiver in the draft and an offensive tackle, and their offense is humming. They don't need much on the offensive side of the ball. They really don't. They can do that in free agency and in the draft. They could take like a T-Mac, look for an offensive lineman later, you know, 2nd and 3rd round, bring in free agent like T. Higgins. That offense is moving at that point. They've got a decent tight end with Henry Hunter, you know. So that's kind of an enticing job based on what they've got to offer a coach. It's just that the GM's staying.
It is, and
you know,
and a lot of people, you know, because we were so down on the dumps on the season, but it's like if you're really looking.
But you got to remember, the Patriots did do their head coach dirty though. They did him really.
We did
dirty.
100%, and that's not to take anything from that, Chris. And we still highlight that.
I'm talking New England. They're talking New England did their coach dirty. Right after the game. But after that was better than waiting 2 days. Then have AP go on stage back and look.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
We gonna fire me now.
Oh, that was a total bitch move, really.
Yeah,
in all
we did our coach
honesty, they made him as their bitch for the 24 hours that they did that to him. That was it.
I ain't like that, bro. And that's why, like, at first, and I had to clear it up, but at first, I thought, you know, it was Telesco, Brady, all, you know, cahooting where it's like, oh, nah, AP's getting fired. All right, Tom, you're safe, blah, blah, blah. Because to me, that's what kind of made me mad, too. I'm like, bro, well, what the fuck Telesco do? Like, I know how he drafted Bowers and all that, but, like, to be able to be in the inner circle and to be talking and all that, doing that, like, nah.
Right.
And be part of the head coaching search, like, nah, dog, you be outside the room. You feel what I'm saying? If you in the room, you taking notes in the corner type of shit. Like, we're not doing none of that. Now that they fired him, like, it came out, like, it was more, this has been Brady and Mark. Not Telesco and all. Like, it's been Brady and Mark that's just been sitting in the room like, all right, bro, like, what are we doing? What are we going to do? So that kind of makes me feel better about it, honestly. But still don't like the way they went about it, though. They could have just fired the man still. Like,
they should just Monday morning, Black Monday, let them.
Yeah, they could have just fired him then, bro. But shout out Dixon Sider, but I'm gonna be honest, bro. I don't see it with Drew Aller. I don't see it. I really do not. I'm trying. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I had my magnifying glass yesterday. I'm searching, bro. I was praying. Show me something. He ain't show me nothing. I can't even lie, bro. Besides, like, the body stature and shit, I really don't see it from Drew Aller. I mean, what about y'all?
I'm not a dude.
He doesn't look like a leader of the team to me. He doesn't look like he takes control of the team. He just like he plays through the emotions. He's like just, I like a quarterback who would throw the wide receiver open, drops the ball, receiver come back to the huddle, and he points a finger at him. He don't do that.
Right.
Like, catch the damn ball, dude. I threw you open. Catch the damn ball. He's like just next play. Leader. He doesn't look like a leader.
Whoever gave him the advice to go back to school, they would spot the fuck on.
Absolutely. They gave him the best advice.
You ain't need to come out to no NFL right now, buddy boy, because look here now. 12 for 23 for 135 yards, one interception is not going to get it done. It's not going to get it done.
That's Gardner Minshew's stats right there.
He'll come to the league and get eaten the fuck alive. Like for real. Like, if he came to the league, bro, he would have to sit and learn for a while. Because he's only 20 years old, so I'm not writing him off and saying, like, he's booty, right? Like, but because he still has growth and develop. But as of right now, he's not ready, dog. He's not ready. He definitely got to go back.
No, he's not a high draft pick. He'll be a second round, late second,
I
third
mean,
round.
as far as I'm concerned, there's only two quarterbacks that I was kind of hoping that we could get one of the two, and that would be Dart and Gabriel. Because obviously we're not going to get the other two, one of the other two, especially now with what happened with Deshaun Watson today.
I'm sure y'all talked about that already. Yeah, like
The
that.
Browns are going to end up grabbing one now.
That pissed me off when I read that. Pissed me off, man.
What about Deshaun?
Yeah, bro. You know.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna say it because that's. Cut his ass. Cut him. Cut his ass.
Either way, he's going to get paid. He's getting guaranteed money with that contract.
I know.
Right.
So fuck it. I don't want to see him play another down.
Right.
Fuck that. Get him ass. This man done fucked our quarterback chances up, bro.
Right.
We can't even trade with him no more. The only way.
They're going to be quarterback needy. They have to be. They're not going to go into it with Jameis Winston.
That's it.
No.
And then the only way is if you pray to your heavenly stars that Tennessee would trade down, but then even look at them, bro. Come on now. You can't stick with fucking Will Levis the way that.
Mean Gene back in the building.
You can't.
Can I interest y'all in a nice, gently used Kirk Cousins?
No.
Absolutely
Gently,
not, Mean Gene.
Gently
What's up, Mean
used. I don't think that.
That
Good
shit
to
not
see you,
gently.
doggy. Yeah, I haven't seen
That's
Mean Gene.
like buying a used car, man, with 3 tires, man, and 4 and 1 spark plug.
Gently used.
It will work,
Gently.
but you got to put the work into it.
Right.
Gently use my ass. That shit's like I gave my 5-year-old nephew my controller, and this man got done eating Cheetos and shit. When I got it back, that shit wasn't gently used. I'll tell you that right there. That shit was fucked up. So at that point, bro, look.
That's like going to a used car lot expecting a fairly new car, and it's a freaking Pontiac Fiero from the 1990s.
Oh my God, you remember those cars?
The wedge on wheels.
You remember those cars? Oh my God!
Shout out to Jack Kenner, bro. If this happened right here, and we brought back Carr, I'm gonna have to take a break. I'm gonna take a break.
He said I'm gonna have to take a break.
I can't, bro. I can't
That
take
would
that
never
shit.
happen. That would never.
I think he's definitely out in New Orleans. He's gone.
Really? Y'all think?
Yeah, I don't.
They're
I don't think
gonna
he's coming
dump
back.
him.
Yeah, don't bring back Carl. He's gonna sit in the back of the bus, but no.
Yeah, at least he gonna teach. If he gonna come in here and teach, then all you know what I'm saying? So ride the bus.
Well, he had experience with multiple offensive coordinators, so he knows a lot of stuff. Look,
I know.
offensive coordinators, so
He knows multiple systems.
yeah.
He's versatile.
Bring Carl back doing a
Back as
wishbone or
bridge
something.
QB period.
Yeah,
No, he
right.
can't come back. Period, bro. The only way he comes back is when he retires and he does all that, after retirement Raider shit that they always do. That's it.
As an alumni only.
Derek Carr. That's the only.
Well, Carr is a Raider, so he
Exactly.
always will be a Raider.
That's the only time I want to
He
see
didn't
him
leave-
back, bro, with the alum.
He didn't leave because he wanted to. He was forced out, so it's like he left.
Yeah.
So he's
for
always
sure
a
going to
Raider.
be welcome back, whenever they do their alumni events and all that extra shit. Of
So many
course.
fans still love the guy. That's the thing.
course.
So,
When he was here, there was so many fans that just absolutely adored him.
But
so
I'll
he's
say
gonna be
it, I don't
welcomed
care,
back
bro.
with open arms.
I'll be the only one to say it. That's the only time I want to see him doing any Raider shit. That's it.
Alumni
The
weekend.
only alum. Yep, only alum. That's it, bro.
Alumni
Once you
weekend
done-
and a celebrity softball tournament or
You feel me?
something
We
against
good,
the
bro.
Vegas
We
Knights.
good. Make it work, bro. Shit, you come to all the events you want. Come fucking light the torch,
Yeah.
motherfucker. Let's do it. That's
Yep.
all that matter, bro.
yeah, you can come back and do a greet beat. That's about it.
Y'all are wrong, bro.
Hey, no. Hey, the nation gonna treat him good when he retires,
Oh, they
bro.
will.
And he moving to Fresno. I heard. He getting his dream Fresno with his wife and shit. Apparently, so the nation gonna treat him good, bro. He gonna be straight. You know what I mean? As soon as he retired, bro, he a Raider for life.
He's always a Raider, so
Oh, for sure. You can't. I ain't never going. Say that. Like anybody that says
You
after he
in the
retires,
building. What's good? Here we
you can't do
go.
that.
no,
You
you
can't
can't
Good to
come and
see
put
you,
it down.
bro.
Yeah.
I'll be in the
Now, but
building.
as planned, for sure, we're done. But I where do we go for the draft? I can't even say where we go for the draft until we get a coach and all that. Until we get a coach, I can't say none of that.
To go to GM, then we know.
GM,
Once we figure out who we got, because somebody mentioned in the chat that Agnew from the assistant GM from Detroit, that Ben Johnson might want to bring him in.
That means
you
you
getting a bad deal
coordinators
because
or Aaron,
you work
him or Aaron
you work
Glenn.
with him.
Yeah,
you work with him.
Aaron Glenn. So you either getting one of them Lions coordinators.
Is it midnight? Chris, is it the old midnight thing on the TV? Look at Turk.
Yeah, that's me.
National Anthem's gonna play. Everybody go to bed now. Good night.
That
10 o'clock. You know your children are.
Thing, bro. That is so crazy how that shit was a real thing.
Thanks for watching our broadcast network.
Straight up.
Stay tuned for morning news.
Thank you for tuning in.
I remember those days. You hear that?
For all my younger crowd, bro. For all my younger crowd, like my Chili Peppers and all that, bro. TV was not 24 hours a day. TV was not 24 hours. As my pop so eloquently put it, at a certain time, it's time to take your ass to bed. At a certain time, you can't watch it.
You hear that national anthem running, you better be laying in bed already.
Yeah.
I remember those days. Bro, you know what really sucked for y'all too, bro? Because, my pops always talking about it. He like, if you missed your show, you fucking missed your show.
You missed your show.
There was no such thing as no recording.
There was no rerun. No rerun.
You have to wait till next year to see a rerun. You
better hope one of your you better hope one of your best friends watched it so he can tell you all about it tomorrow at school or on the way to school on the bus and shit like that.
And that's just not even the same. It's not even the same because you didn't watch it, bro. Oh,
if the show says 6 p.m. Pacific time, you better be in the house at 5:59. You can't rewind it back. Like, I missed this part. Well, too bad.
None of that.
Could you imagine kids nowadays if they were back in like the 70s and 80s where, just like he just said, you mean I can't watch 90210 again in 5 minutes and restart it? No. That's it. Show's over. See you next week. You're going to miss whatever happened.
Shit on direct, bro. Yeah. I mean, we at the point now, we watching movies that are in the theaters at the crib. Bootleg. We watching that at the crib, bro.
Oh shit!
Even
I
now,
remember the movie theaters,
even now,
man.
Prime puts movies on that they're still in the theaters.
Yeah.
In the day when the movies come in the theaters, in those days, you had to wait in line to see it. Sometimes you had to wait to the second show to see the movie theaters. Now you just watch it at home. Like,
speaking of, I just found my VCR tapes, man. I was telling the fellas the other day about how we were so amped up.
Hey Jeff, guess what?
High school highlight.
Guess what I still got?
8 tracks.
Damn, Jeff.
Am I right? Am I right?
I got a Betamax. No,
because I do have 8 tracks still.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got LP.
I don't have anything to play them on.
Hold on. I think because I got something from my grandpa, R.I.P. rest his soul, man. But I got something from. Hold on, let me see.
I'm breaking some memories here.
Yeah, right.
Dude, one of the first cars I had was a '76 Mercury Cougar, and it had an 8-track deck in it. Seriously.
What you got, bro?
Cars, you feel me? But he has like thousands and thousands of.
Oh, he got vinyl. He got real vinyl.
And I'm half Panamanian, you feel what I'm saying? So this is all Panamanian music and shit that he got, bro. Like all vinyl. So I'm about to buy a record player. And I do music, so I'm about to get in my sampling bag. You feel me? Like it's about to be a rap.
Wait a minute. It's not called. Right. Back up. It's not called a record player. It's called a
turntable.
Turntable.
That's true. That is true.
About to get the turntable. And then at that point, bro,
when my grandfather passed away, I ended up with his old record player. Now it's the old 4-legged stand one. You slide the top open. There's the turntables in there. AM radio and FM, like when it first came out with FM, so it's like 4 numbers on the dial for FM. And I'll tell you what, because I still got vinyl too. I put one on when I first brought it home and plugged it in and tried it. You can't match the sound sometimes. It just sounds so awesome.
I'm like, it's different. You can hear every instrument. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
you have to.
Let me get on my music tangent, bro. I get on that. It's a whole.
Well, we had one of those big console TVs with a TV. They opened the top, had the turntable.
It took 6 people to carry it if you needed to
move it. It took a damn forklift to carry those damn things.
Yep.
I think my pops had one too. I ain't gonna lie.
All the young people in here, we had picture tubes.
Yeah.
If the TV go out, you gotta open it back up, take the tubes out, and take it to the drugstore and test each one of them tubes to see which one was broken and buy it, right? Tube $15.80. Yeah, buy it, go and put it back in, turn TV on, there you go.
Shout out
And
D
you had to
Bernie,
be
man.
careful
He
what
says,
you put on top of the TV because it used to get super hot too.
fact.
Or the back of
Hey,
it.
shout out D Bernie. He says, here, fellas, keep killing it, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate that 100%.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hit the
to
like
all
button 100%.
channels, guys.
Mean Gene, does anyone remember the case record players that schools had? I have one.
Yes.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
what?
the old ones. Oh, like
I'm gonna give
beige.
my 90s babies, man. I'm gonna give one. So we talking about the VHS, man. I still got for all my 90s, man, my orange what is it, damn Rugrats, my orange Rugrats.
Oh,
VHS,
wow.
man.
He said
You know what that is, man,
Rugrats.
bruh? You know, hey, the orange tape, man. Y'all know what that is, man. That's that shit right there, bro. That was that shit.
Well, for you,
I
it's
like playing Pink Floyd on the record player. Pigs, you know how to have a good fucking time,
He
bro.
does. He does. Yeah, all day.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna run outside for a smoke.
Do you think?
I'm still here. I got my earbud in.
Yep.
A lot of people talking about Doug Peterson. How are we with? Oh, look at this. Rodgers to the Raiders. 2 years too late, buddy. 2 years too late.
Nobody wants that. We would have.
I was walking away. I had a comment on that one. I heard the Rodgers. We can't let him on the team because you know what? Our average age is going to go skyrocketing. If we let him on. So we gotta keep him off. No, I don't want him.
You're right. He'll pass the what? What test don't he pass? Turf.
The rundown test, bro.
He don't pass the rundown test, man. The man too old, bro. We can't do it, bro. We straight. We moving on. I'm good with that. We 2 years too late. If he would have did that when he signed to the Jets, I was all for that. 100%. At that time, I was all for that. But now, at least thank God at that point it didn't happen.
There's no quarterbacks out there. No veteran quarterbacks that's really enticing. I mean, talking about Sam Darnold. Yeah, okay, he had a rejuvenated career because the offense he was playing in. But do we want to put Sam Darnold in this offense system that we had? We have something different coming up, but something that we had, he wouldn't have been as good.
Now, I mean, if you get Ben Johnson, that's the only way it looks like more appealing. Because you're like, all right, you know, you had Jared Goff and shit, so it's like probably be able to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Jared Goff, but you know, let's be real with ourselves here. Like, I mean, what
Bro,
you talking
so
about echelon of quarterback? Where are you putting him in echelon of quarterback?
Bro, I don't know. I think that man stole my lunch money. I don't know. Maybe I need to talk to my wife about this. I just don't.
Hey,
like Jared
Turf, thanks,
Goff.
man. I was about to take a sip of beer, man. Thanks a lot.
Like, is he a top 20 quarterback? He's a top 20 quarterback. Let's not hate. He's a top 20 quarterback.
He's easily a top 20. I'd put him at a
big.
top 15. But when we start going to top 10, that's when I start struggling putting Jared Goff there. Because
not no top 10. Not no top 10.
Bro, hey, well, you want to know what though? Rundown to his defense, right now, I think he's ranked fourth statistically. He's
going off a season and like all that, like
in
sure,
one
you know what I
season,
mean? Like,
right? See,
yeah,
now you starting to hear where I'm from with this because I think he has literally everything he needs around him. Nobody else in the NFL completely has everything they need like he is. I don't see it. I mean, you can't have a Montgomery go down and not skip a beat with Gibbs. You know, I don't know. I think the guy literally has.
Now, you know, people will point to the fact that he's been to a Super Bowl, but then I could point to the fact that he's like, if you know, he's been with two offensive gurus in his career. You know what I mean? Like,
he's got the offensive
he had Sean
line
fucking
in the
McVay,
game.
bro. I mean. And that's not to say like that's to poo-poo on that because he did go on there, but at the end of the day, bro, like it's Sean McVay. You know what I mean? Like that's a proven. He's done it. You know what I mean? Even without him, bro, didn't win a Super Bowl.
Well, you remember that he had a running back and Megatron, so
yeah.
So Megatron made him look like a all-star, Hall of Famer.
John Thompson. This is the number one thing I always go to when I got all my bullets out the gun. This is what I go to because the truth is, how does a McVay? We know he's top tier offensive mind in the NFL right now. If he's trading you, that tells me all I need to know. That's how I believe that.
Top three. Top three.
So,
Top three.
but statistically, and right now, people love it.
Like top 10 is disrespectful. Like I'm not even gonna lie, bro. To me, top 10 is disrespectful. I even think in the league, he's a top 5 pick in the league.
Right.
Like what he does with his teams, bro. To not have no first round pick for all these years, and for him to do what he's done with no first round pick and second round pick for all these years, bro. Like, come on now, different. He's different.
Goff is a superstar.
He's different. McVay is a top 5 coach in the league, bro.
Oh,
if we could
easy.
fuck trading for a quarterback, I'd trade for McVay if I could.
Oh, man. I'd do whatever we could. I'd do whatever we could to get McVay, bro.
Fuck the quarterback, bro. Trade for him immediately if we could.
I would do whatever. That's who I wanted from the jump.
So
now
I look at the free agent list, right? They got Andy Dalton on there. Would you bring him in as a bridge?
I'm looking at it too right now. It's ugly. It's pretty ugly.
Oh, this is.
I don't know about Dalton.
Quarterback free agency.
It's ugly. It's real. Like
Yeah,
because people are gonna start talking about like it's so ugly. People are gonna start talking about Zach Wilson and shit coming in here. Like it's that bad.
He's not even on the list, but
So look, I'm gonna put it to y'all like this. See, we are too quick to just shun these dudes. Like, I mean, look, I'm not a Zach Wilson fan, but he started out at the Jets. Look at Sam Darnold and what happened to him.
Yeah.
There are players. Some of these quarterbacks, man, they just had the worst luck of the draw and have never had a shot coming. I think we need to give them some grace. You know what I'm saying? Zach Wilson is somebody that I think should have some grace. One of them that I really just felt horrible for was the kid Drew. I really like Drew Lock, bro. I thought if he would have got to the right spot with the right coordinator and the patience needed, even still, I think he still has a shot. So I don't know. I'm just going to throw that out.
I'm going to be honest, bro. I'd sooner trade for Joe Milton before I got Zach Wilson.
I agree. I get it. But do you remember when Sam Darnold was seeing ghosts and how he was being treated?
Oh, yeah.
Now you gonna tell me you feel the same way about him today?
I mean, he kind of did play ass the last time I saw him.
I agree, but what I'm saying is, would you consider him to be ass today? Then? Exactly, and that's all.
I'll tell you this. I wouldn't consider him. No, I wouldn't consider him with the Jets. But if I'm the Vikings, I'd franchise tag him. I wouldn't give him a contract.
I mean,
that's what they're gonna probably do.
I wouldn't be mad at him.
I don't think he's worth. I don't even think he's worthy of. Again, what do I always say? Right? I done said it with multiple players on the team, bro. 1 year ain't enough for me. I'm sorry.
I agree.
The sample size must be bigger, bro. Like it has to be bigger. And with them, they have the luxury of saying, "Well, shit, like we can just hold on to Sam for like a year or two." JJ fully heals and gets himself prepared and do what the Jordan Love shit was. Because Jordan Love sat for like 3-4 years or something like that.
I think so.
5? Damn.
Yeah, he's out for a while.
He sat for a long time.
Now you had Aaron Rodgers, so you probably shrink that timeline a little bit, right? Because you don't have no Aaron Rodgers in front of him, so you shrink that. But either way, bro, if you have the luxury to do that as a team, you 100% do that. You can't move off of that too quick. Atlanta tried. The only problem was that Cousins fucked it up. Like Atlanta tried every possible route to not have Penix come out there and play them games.
Right.
Well, it's always the best option I see right now.
I think Locke has a chance to be another thing.
We can re-sign Jimmy G.
Oh, Jesus. Real Town Raider says Goff is top 10.
Did you say Jimmy G?
Hey, bro, I'm telling you right now, I know a lot of cats that think I'm absolutely that shit crazy for not being top 5, let alone. They think he's like
no, he's not top 5.
If you want to bring Carr back, might as well bring Jimmy G back. You might as well bring everybody back.
Man, we got John Thompson.
Chill, might as well see if Gannon still wants to play at that point.
That's a fact. Yeah, might as well.
Still be better than Jimmy G.
Everybody wants Gannon. That's what everybody's trying to recreate anyway. You might as well.
Well, they're trying to recreate that and plunk it.
They'll never.
Yeah, get it from the source, man. Just tell them if they want to come back, put the pads on. But I'll say this: this will make Severe have a heart attack. But what about Justin Fields if secure a young quarterback.
He loves Justin Fields, doesn't he?
He
I
hates
would.
Justin Fields.
I know. That's why I said it.
I would bring him in.
Hates it. How would y'all feel?
If he get Ben Johnson, someone like that, I'll bring him in. Because Justin never got to really play. Really, because when he went to Pittsburgh, he had played okay. He played just enough. I would have had him over to Minshew. But if you get somebody like Ben Johnson or somebody like that, he can make that boy shine. Easy.
Right.
He'll only be 26 when the new comes. He'll only be 26. So young, very young for a quarterback. For sure. Very young for a quarterback. But if you're looking for like a bridge, it's not there, brothers. It's not there. There is no bridge here that looks good at all. Like, talk about what y'all want. Y'all want Jameis Winston?
I would actually, I would take him.
He's not bad. I mean, we're going to have to live with the fact that you're going to have to, if you want to sit your quarterback.
Somebody. No. I'm lying now. You know what I want? And people are going to hate it. I want AOC.
You thought about it.
I want AOC.
You thought about it.
To start the whole season.
Because look, if Jameis come in here and we sit the quarterback, we're going to have throwing like 20 picks. And we're going to have to just sit there and grin and bear it.
I'm okay with that then.
Oh, yep, there it is.
Ugh.
Bro, we're not winning. See, this is my problem. We're not winning anything. Yeah.
Here's your bridge quarterback right ahead.
There it is. I agree.
Seriously, what do you got? What do you got right now?
What else are you gonna do? Though? For real talk,
you're gonna go and try and break the bank and bring in like some of these free agents. You really got to go.
If you do that,
and they're gonna want to start. If they get here, they're gonna want to start. They go, I want to start. No, we already got our start. We just want you here just to like help. No, they're gonna want to start. All these guys on the free agent list, all starters. They're not gonna come in except for Andy.
You know who I would bring back?
They're gonna come in. They want to come in and start. That's what they.
You know who I'd bring back? I'd bring back Stidham. I would bring back Stidham.
The moment's gone.
No, he's a traitor, man. He's not a Raider.
That wasn't his fault, though, in my opinion. I think they did him dirty. And plus, right, bro? I mean, are you gonna stick around this mess now you're in it and you see what you're dealing with? I would have left for that money too.
They offered him a contract, didn't they? That was Josh McDaniels. Did they offer him a contract?
Mine just hit us with something major. I like it, bro.
The moment's gone, bro. The moment's gone. With Stidham, bro. That came and went. We caught our little feelings for Stidham, and then he left, and then that was it. It's one of them little flings. We can't put too much into it right there. I think if you want AOC, I mean, obviously, I'm still on the train to say you draft a quarterback. That's what you do. But then I would say you would have to sign a veteran, somebody that can come in and teach from the background. You know what I mean? While AOC is a bridge, of course, and you're going to move on from your boy, or have a nice little dilemma at the end of the season. It's one of the two. So,
I can barely hear him.
Yeah, you lower him down this.
Oh, am I? It might be my mic.
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's so faint.
It's low.
Yeah, it might be.
It's the mic. You just wasn't on.
What about now?
Yeah,
there you go.
That's what it was. I see. My song was over.
Now you sound like a man, not a little kid. So
That's
how you sound when you talk so like.
Yeah, it was low.
It was low. It was hella low.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it was.
All right, we good.
Oh wow, this is for the old times. Oh wait, my bad. I put the wrong one up there. But yeah, me and Gene. If you want another Plunkett, y'all should sign Mac Jones. Trust me, I would throw up and die if this time. To be honest, that was the type.
Might as well keep AOC, man.
Well, any day of the week.
Might as well keep AOC if you.
I knew you were joking, man. I ain't gonna put that out there and make you look crazy.
Again, I mean, like I've said before, you know, any talk we have about veteran quarterbacks and bringing one in to be a bridge or what. I mean, it's all until a head coach is named and an offensive coordinator what type of system they're going to run. Are they going to go into it with the fact that, okay, AOC 12's already here. Are we going to mold our offensive scheme to work to his strengths? Which is, I mean, if you're smart, that's what you got to do because that's what you got for quarterback right now. They're going to have to evaluate all the talent that's on the roster that's not a free agent first to figure out what they want to do. My biggest worry now, though, is if Patrick Graham doesn't come back and he goes to, say, to Cincinnati, we're going to lose some of those free agents that we want to keep because some of them are probably going to follow him.
Oh, there's no some problem. They are.
Yeah, they are.
They're going to go.
Players follow coaches all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just hoping that we can keep guys like Chason and Spillane, the guys that we really want to keep. But we're going to be hard pressed for that because now they're starting all over again.
Yeah, don't forget about Kuntz. Same thing with Kuntz. He might.
Yes.
I'll tell you something else we haven't talked about yet tonight. Nobody's brought it up. What's going to be the situation with Max Crosby? Are we gonna try and stick with him, or are we gonna seriously entertain any teams that call us looking for him for draft picks? Either way, you got to listen to what the offers are. I'm sorry, you got to listen.
Oh, absolutely.
And if the offer's too good to be true, or if it's too good to pass up, I'm sorry, Max. It's been a great 5 years with us. But what we're being offered is too good. Well, think about it, especially with a new head coach and a new GM. This is a way for them to put their stamp on things and really get some serious talent in the door from this draft too. It allows us to move around even more. To get more bodies in to fill these gaps because we got a lot of holes. This like the roster that played last Sunday. It's going to be a shell of itself from what we just saw on the field last Sunday.
Correct.
None of that. Majority of that team is going to be gone. Whether they're cut because the new coaches and new regime don't want them. This team is going to be completely just leveled right to the ground and start building up again. So it's going to be interesting to see what direction we go once the coach is named and he fills his vacancies that he needs to fill.
I would take that call for one thing. You look at Max Crosby's career. I mean, he was dynamite for us. But his last 2 seasons, he been getting hurt a lot because they play him so much. He's starting to wear down.
Yeah.
So if you don't get somebody,
he wants to stay with the Raiders, but how much longer is it going to take for them to get to the point where he's going to be there when we win a Super Bowl, or we make it to the playoffs and go further? It's going to be a while yet. How much more time does he really have?
Right.
There's a team out there that's missing that one piece of the puzzle on defense, and that's the guy they want that can help them get over that hump. And if they're willing to give up enough.
How old is Max right now?
27.
Okay. He's still young.
Well, I'm gonna be honest.
This is the last. This is it.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. We've already missed the boat.
Yeah, it's too late. He's staying.
We've already missed the boat on getting a king's ransom from Max Crosby that day.
Well, a king's ransom, yes, but I still think that this is the last. I think this right here, at the time when
this is the last chance
right now,
with us.
It is the last chance. What we get
really
for it, though, in our opinion, I don't think it's.
At that point, but
either way, it doesn't. Either way, unfortunately, it doesn't. I mean, you know what I mean? Because what we get for him won't be anything of significance like we could have when we got the chance to purchase him during the season. If we would have done it then, when we could have gotten the king's ransom, coming into this draft changes everything because now you got first rounder, you got 2 first rounders, you can probably trade back to get a third, right? You can really start making some wild things happen, but I don't see anybody making that kind of a trade.
That's your boy.
Gotta have a dance party.
That's your boy. Coupon Tom, man. Not pulling the strings, not pulling the trigger. He didn't do
And
anything.
that's the other problem I had with Telesco this past season. Before the trade deadline, what did he do? What did he do before the trade deadline?
I think
Try
Mark
and help
told
the team.
Mark probably told him don't trade anybody.
He didn't do
Mark
anything.
he told Big Dummy, he said, "No, you're not doing no trades." No, probably told Tesla the same thing.
Yeah,
So my question is this:
Absolutely.
so if that scenario should come down where they trade Max another team, what's going to happen to Christian Wilkins? Because he came here to play with Max.
Yeah,
He's
that's a
under
great
contract
question.
for 4 years, 5 years.
Right.
Yeah,
He ain't
He ain't
going
going
nowhere.
anywhere.
no, but still,
hell no.
he can't play with Christian Wilkins. I mean, Max Crosby.
Right.
Well, yeah, because this is it. I mean, this would be this gasp for him. I would believe, right? Like this is the last gasp where it's like, yeah, if you don't get this shit right, then it's over. Like trade him or let me
Well,
go
'cause here's the
somewhere else.
thing.
You feel what I'm saying? Like,
He's got what, 2 years left on his contract. He's not going to sign another big money contract. The only way he's going to achieve that is if he's traded away and he reworks his contract with whoever ends up with him, and that's when he gets more money than what he's getting now.
but you got to be thinking like
You know?
Max too. Like when the contract is up, you think right as of right now in this portion of his career, he wants guaranteed money, right? Like he. That's the thing.
yeah.
He
It's all
guaranteed money at this
guaranteed.
portion of his career.
And he's past that now. There's no more guarantees in his contract.
Yeah, exactly. But then this is the thing. If you're us, we can say, all right, bro. Like once if we start winning, like right, say we get this shit right, and we start winning, then it's easier to sell to kind of take some deal shit on the back end. Whereas
Yeah.
like we can still bring in more. And I know Max would do it, right? He's that type of dude. He's that type of player. Where it's like, and he done already made his bread, so to speak, right? Like he done already made big bread. He done already made he done already got the contract that he was supposed to get at the time. So I mean, at this point now, this is about just him getting that guaranteed money. So I mean, if we win, it's easy to sell. Like I'll take one for the team, the squad. You feel me? Like to keep people here or people in. You know, especially if we have a rookie quarterback. I mean, your salary cap for the next 3-4 years, you straight.
Yeah.
So that there we'll be okay there. We don't have to pay big money yet to the quarterback until we figure out who the fuck it is.
I will tell you this: in the next 4 or 5 years, we're going to have 3 contracts that we're going to have to try and figure out that are going to want more money, and that's JPJ, that's Glaze, and that's Brock Bowers. If they stay as good as they are this past season as rookies too, 'cause you know Brock Bowers is
break
going to
the
want
bank
money.
You're gonna have to do Brock 2 years before his fucking deal is over. 2. Like I mean, like bro, like
early.
you
And
can't
he'll
let
be
that
worth
shit
it,
go
too.
go
That's
to
the
no
thing.
overtime.
As long as he's
No.
as good as what he was this year, you know.
Nah, you can't like what the Bengals are doing with Jamar Chase. The fact they even let that shit get to this year, they're tripping. They should have did that like 2 years ago, bro. Like re-signed him and got him. Because now you would have saved money in the back end, and now he ain't gonna strap you for your cash right now the way he's playing. So it's like we got to do that early because I can already see, bro. He's one of them ones, right? Like and if he continues on this pace, dare I say, he'd be probably the greatest tight end I've ever fucking witnessed in my life. Like if he continues what he years upon years upon years, like he's the greatest tight end I've ever fucking seen, bro. So you gonna have to get him his money because he's damn near gonna command receiver money, bro. For real.
Oh yeah.
If he keep going the way
easy.
this is, like he's gonna need receiver money. His agent could argue that easy. You feel what I'm saying? Look at what he's doing. So it's like, that's,
I mean, he'll already have the most lucrative contract that any tight end has ever seen. I can tell you that right now.
Next season, do the same thing. I'm locking him in. Say here,
100%.
Lock his ass in. His ass. Same with JPJ. Now with JPJ, be a little easier with the linemen. You feel what I'm saying? It's a little easier with the linemen.
Yeah, they don't usually come as high priced, but it's still going to cost us money though.
I don't know. Carolina people
because they're going to be off that rookie contract.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Carolina
So
people
if you're paying
that
them $1 million now, you know it's going to jump up to.
Nah, what Chris is saying is right, bro. What Chris is saying is
Carolina
right.
paying Hunter that big money, that big contract. So
It's only
if
going
JP
up
becomes
now.
an all-star,
It's only going up.
and become like one of the best top 5 centers in the game. He gonna want money too because what's that guy Hunter? They get paid in a bag. He got money.
He's getting it back.
They gotta
And
lock,
let's not even
they gotta lock him in too.
And let's not even discount the fact, like, now, Glaze is good, but let's say he continues to get better and continues to play well. That's a fucking tackle you got to pay. Like, that's a right tackle. You got to pay a tackle. You know what I mean? Like, a tackle's going to get their bread. Now, he's not no left tackle, but a tackle's going to get his bread regardless of how it work out, how it shake out. He's going to get that. So that's why I'm like, that's another reason why I'm like, we don't need no veteran quarterback, bro, because we got so much young talent that's going to need money that we kind of save that money with a rookie, bro. We kind of do.
You know, so we got locked. You know, so we got locked in too. Got locked this player. Gas to lock this player in. That's Parham.
You want to lock Parham?
No, he doesn't. He's just busted.
I was about to say, bro, we're about to have all kind of problems up in
I know
here.
why, because he knows how much I can't stand Parham. That's why he's doing
None
this.
of
He's
us
doing this
can.
to egg me on, but you
He
ain't
damn near
got
need to give us some money back. The way that's
Yeah, he owes us money.
the way this was going,
I just
shit.
want to break the room for a minute. I was going to say that. I want to break the room for a minute.
Everybody got silent real quick, like, what did Christy say?
What? Like, nah, not Chris. Not Chris ain't say that. Nah.
No, hell, let that dude walk. Get him out of here.
Real talk. But then, I
Told
mean,
you, yeah.
you know, we look at defense. I mean, on the defensive side, I'd say on the defensive side, they're kind of. I don't think there's that many guys that probably are going to command huge money. The way I'm looking at on the defensive side, because Kuntz ain't going. There's no way you can convince me this man is getting hella bread, bro. Like, there's no way.
No, you can't.
You can say
You still
minimum,
gotta
but
base everything with him on 2023 because he never even saw the field this year, so you don't know
bro,
how
nah.
he's gonna come back too.
A 1 year improvement
You know?
deal. He's a 1 year
I'm gonna let y'all know
deal.
something, bro. Some of these, and I predicted it before. Turf, remember we talk about it all the time, and I know Jeff and Chris with us all the time, bro. The purge has begun. How many times have I used that word, bro? The purge has begun. First it was Telesco, it was AP, cool. Now it's gonna hurt for some of y'all, cause some of these players that some of y'all like, they getting the fuck up out of here. I'm telling you that right now, bro. Some of them is gone, and some of them need to be gone. We have the Raider wool over our eyes, you know what I mean, and they playing here, but watch them go somewhere else, and they're like, eh. Now look, some people was taking a victory lap with a Meek Robertson, and I get it, but let's not get it twisted out here, all right? He's not starting for them, all right? He's not starting. He's still the same fourth corner he was here, all right? So let's not do that. He'll have his couple good games. Right. And then fucking, you know. Now, Josh Jacobs, you have all means, bro. Like, if you want to say Josh Jacobs, sure. Right? Like, that's different. But some of these dudes, bro.
That's a different type of beast right there.
Yeah, bro. Of course.
UAP his ass, are we bringing back Diablo? Why?
No.
Why?
Gone.
Why?
Gone. I can get a rookie to do what he's doing.
Yeah, he.
I can get a rookie to do what he's doing, bro. Like, for real,
Jack Jones will be gone because he's not going to want to be here without AP.
So another thing where now that makes me scared. Good point, Jeff. That makes me scared now because a lot of people like that Michigan corner from, you know, or just the Michigan corner, right? They like that Will Johnson.
Yeah, they love Will Johnson.
He did play now if Jack Jones gone. You feel what I'm saying? If Jack Jones is gone, he can play. Because we're gonna need a corner. We need another corner at this point.
And that's the type of kid that you can bring it, draft now, and he'll be starting day one. He'd have to.
Yeah,
he's got that.
Anybody we draft in the first round needs to be starting day one.
There's three guys I want in the first round, and I'm going to name them right now. That's Andre Carter, it's T-Mac, or Johnson from Michigan. Those are the three guys that I think we should.
Oh, you mean Abdul?
They're there at number 6. One of those three is coming to us.
Oh, yo, I said this on Twitter, and I'm saying it right now. That man is a bona fide top 5 pick, bro. Abdul Carter is real.
Yeah.
That motherfucker's real. And once he gets stronger, you know what I mean? Because right now you can tell he's a little lanky. He got the college body right now. Right. He just doing this shit off pure ass. You feel that? Like
he played a hell of a game last night,
bro,
too.
When he gets that NFL body and that NFL regimen, it's fucking over. That man is real, bro. I take him in the heart.
I'll take him first round.
To us, before that man, you need professional help. Professional help. Yeah. I don't give a fuck about none of that. If he's on the board and Genty's on the board, bro, I'd sprint to get in that Abdul Carter pick.
Oh, yeah.
Sprint.
Oh, easy.
Him and Max Crosby? Jesus.
And with Wilkins in the middle?
Oh, man.
Game over. Game over.
Oh
Man,
my God.
Yeah, good luck to whoever's
we
playing
be
against
going
us
stupid.
on offense.
Can you imagine
tell you
put
what.
him in and can you imagine that and put in what's that boy everybody hates just getting better? I can't think of his name.
Tyree.
Imagine put him in the middle,
I'm
like
ready to cut
next to
him
Wilkins
too.
in a NASCAR package. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Dog, and of course I'd keep Chase on regardless of whoever the coach is.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Keep Chase
Definitely.
on. You know what I mean?
100%.
And
100%.
let that rotation ride, bro. I mean, you look at that, dog. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna make y'all mad right now, bro. That's a Pete Carroll ass pick. That's a Pete Carroll ass pick. Go ahead, let him take some dude like Abdul Carter and let him go to work. Because every defense I've seen him with now, defense work. The defense is gonna go to work with Pete Carroll. So that's a Pete Carroll ass pick.
Well, it's funny because last night when Turf was on with Spence, and Spence was saying, yeah, like the Patriots, should seriously take Carter. And I typed in the chat, I'm like, no, the Patriots don't need Carter. They need a wide receiver. You don't want Carter. You don't want Carter. I'm like, no, you need a wide receiver.
If we stay at 6, bro,
He wants Carter.
I know.
If we stay at 6 and that's the
no.
pick, bro, I'm jumping for joy. I
happy.
jump for fucking joy on that one. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I get the jersey immediately.
Again, he's one of those generational talents too.
Hell
He
yeah.
is.
Hell
He
yeah.
it's gonna be
At
interesting.
number
where
6,
he
there's a
goes.
good chance he's going to be there for us. Because if you look,
He
at
had one arm yesterday, y'all. He had
Yeah.
his shoulder was hurt.
He was playing hurt and
picking
still
before us
dominating.
and what those teams' needs are. You got 2 teams picking in the first 3 picks that need quarterbacks. So there's 2 picks right there. Travis Hunter's going to go. Hopefully the Patriots take T-Mac. I'm fine with that. So I think
I want him to though. Actually, let me not even.
Huey P. This man's
Carter's my number 1.
Yeah, hey, Huey P. Carter is a top 5 pick. He ain't no top 10 pick, bro. That motherfucker's a top 5 pick.
But the thing is, so this is the thing. This is the thing about this kid from Arizona. And he doesn't.
You talking about T-Mac?
Yeah.
I like T-Mac too, bro. I do like T-Mac.
Last time we picked number 6, we got a wide receiver. It was Tim Brady.
I know what he's saying too.
And
he said
we all
last
know
night,
history repeats itself. Things tend to happen and fall, and you're always right. Let's look. There's something going on right now. Who is it? It's the Ravens. Every 12 years, the Ravens win with a quarterback, and he just so happens to be 28. Guess how old?
Lamar's 28 this year, yeah. He's 28 this year.
Trent Dilfer, the one before that. I'm just saying, sometimes history just has a weird way of repeating itself. So if it even happens, because I don't even think it's going to happen. Have y'all actually watched tape on this kid? That's the only other thing I'm going to say.
Hell yeah. This man right there, look.
Tape on this kid, I'm telling you, he is a generational wide receiver.
If you don't think T-Mac is legit, real quick, and I'm going to back you up right now. If you don't think he's legit, go watch his tape against Travis Hunter. Go watch this motherfucker. Bro, he gave Travis Hunter work.
That quarterback is not a top tier quarterback he has.
Not at all.
Hey,
he's an average quarterback.
Travis Hunter said it himself. You feel what I'm saying? They asked him, like, what's the hardest cover? And they was like, it was him. It was him.
Not even right.
Bro, he gave him work, bro. I ain't gonna lie. And can you imagine him and Bowers on the same side? Can you imagine that shit right there?
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. That's why I would be happy with this pick.
I mean, again, I'd be happy with all 3, any one of those 3. I'd be ecstatic. But I personally, I would want a dual Carter. Because here's the thing. There's a lot of good wide receivers in this that we can get in the second and beyond, along with a quarterback, to groom for the future. Granted they're not T-Mac, but they're still better than what's on our current roster. No offense to Jacoby Myers.
Well, one of the receivers,
a guy like Carter is going to fall in your lap at number 6, and even if T-Mac's still there, I wouldn't want to be the GM at that moment because that's one hell of a decision to make.
That's a hard-ass pick, bro. I mean, either way, you're going to get something. You'll get something, right? Yeah. If you're not going to take a quarterback, you'll get just like this past year. Yeah, you get somebody.
Although, Eric Raiders hater brought up a good point. You probably didn't see that. I pulled it up, but he said that we are trading him. That is actually one
there
of the reasons why we got rid of Telesco, and I actually agree with this.
Can I be honest with y'all?
I think so too.
I'm gonna say something wild, and y'all gonna look at me skeptical. I know the Browns might need a quarterback. They might want a quarterback. That's fine and dandy. But I don't think Deion wants.
Don't let it happen.
I don't. I really don't, bro. Like, if there's an organization, and he's already said it, right? Like, by all means, where he's like, I'm just gonna tell Goodell on the low, like, no, we're not fucking with that, right? Like,
right.
I really think it's that one. If you want to talk about quarterback purgatory in hell, well, shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm not. Come on, bro. Like, y'all got kids. I'm about to have a kid. If it's me and I got that power, we're not going there. I'm sorry. We're not going there. Like, we're not going to Cleveland, dog. I'm sorry. We're not going to Cleveland, bro. Jeff, you know it. Hey, Chris, you know it. Turf, you know it, bro. If we had that power and we Deion shoes, yeah. Not there. We'll go somewhere.
You die a slow quarterback death in Cleveland. You see it.
Yeah.
You see it. You know, and if you are any type of a good player, they tend to get rid of you. Look at Baker Mayfield. 100%. When he was in Cleveland, he was good. And then they just soured on him and they got rid of him. And look at him doing what he's doing in Tampa. You know?
Slowly drains you, bro. Like, you know,
who they take the number 1 draft pick? What was that boy name that won the
Manziel.
Did they take him?
Johnny Football.
Yeah, see how that worked.
He was just, you know what? Again, he was a good college quarterback. He was a bum in the pros. Plus, he was just too much in the party, and he got the money, and he kind of was like, you know, the weight version of Jamarcus Russell. Just didn't want to do it.
Didn't want to look. Yeah, didn't want to study, bro. Didn't want to study.
Didn't give a shit. Got the money. He was good.
Yeah. And then you got to think, too, like, let's even take it off of that, like, just the situation now. Like, they're keeping that GM. They keeping Stefanski, like, sure, whatever the case. Like, they had a lot of injuries. But you would to think, like, they're on thin ice, right? Like, they don't have much time left. Because they were the ones that manufactured this Deshaun Watson trade, right? Like, that, by all means, this regime was part of it.
I still scratch my head at that. Why would they
for that amount of money?
Right.
You know, you can make the trade with the money.
Gave up to get him.
Yeah,
I mean, they gave up their draft for a couple of seasons doing that too. They strapped themselves. How would you feel if you're Myles Garrett on that team? You're such a great defensive player,
right?
And you're stuck on a less than mediocre team. You know.
Talk to Max. Max will tell you how.
Now look, no, I heard a theory though. I heard some theories. Now this was some theories that even if the plan was for them, you know, if Deion was like, we're not going to Cleveland, then of course we can trade up with Cleveland. Now. I you know, from the grapevine, they are entertaining getting rid of Myles Garrett. They are entertaining that because because what they can get from Myles Garrett is going to be stupid. What they be able to get from Myles Garrett. So, you know, for them and where they're at,
you're
you have to
multiple
entertain
first-round picks.
Oh, hell yeah, easy. Two at the minimum.
How old is he?
You'll get more for him than what we would.
He's younger than Max, isn't he?
Nah, he a little older, like a year older. But I mean, he's just coming off 3 straight 14-sack seasons.
Yeah,
so it's like
that's why. And this is where shout out to Chris. I'm gonna give him props.
Oh yeah,
Chris always will put Garrett over Max.
I do
too. I would too.
A lot of us do. But the problem I get is where it's like, I only put T.J. Watt and Myles Garrett over Max. You can miss me with fucking.
No, that was an emotional call for me.
Oh, the Bosa brothers can pound top.
You can miss me. You can miss me with Bosa, and you can miss me with fucking Michael Parsons.
Michael Parsons.
You can miss me with that. JJ, or TJ and Miles, they're definitely better. We're 1 and 2, and then Max is 3 to me.
Let me throw this scenario out there. See what you think on this rundown. And you too, Turf, especially.
Yeah.
So we're at pick number 6. Genty's still there. Cowboys call up. Jerry Jones wants to move up to number 6 and give us their pick at number 13. But they want to throw a player into it. What player are you asking for along with the swapping of the pick?
You already know. First, immediately, I want 11. For number 1,
okay.
I want 11.
They say no to that. What's your next pick?
They know that.
Nah, but of course they gonna say no to that. I already know what you want.
Oh, I'll be here. I'm taking a smoke. I was like smoking on the screen.
Yeah. No, exactly.
I feel that. That's love.
But if all right, so you say you want Micah Parsons and Jerry.
But they're
Jones
gonna say no. To that,
you got to name another player. Who's your next one?
Let me
I know who mine would be.
Trey
Let me
Lance.
look at their damn pick. You want Trey Lance?
Really?
I just said that name. It's my
What?
I just watched his little brother be treated like he was some kind of god. That was
He plays for the same school.
North Dakota State. Dude.
If that comes true, like say they call and you say, all right, I want Micah Parsons.
I'm
he
looking
says
who they
no.
have.
If it's me,
CD Lamb,
then you know
buddy.
what? Give me CD
Lamb,
Lamb.
buddy.
You want
Give me
CD?
Lamb.
Would they get rid of him though? Because this is the thing. He's so He's so vital.
Oh, I know he is.
He's
But
everything
not-
right
yeah,
now.
but of course he's going to say no. Okay, then trade off, and we're taking whoever we're taking. Sorry,
Yeah,
bye-bye.
then get the fuck out of here. Then I want
Yeah.
one of your players, bro. Or I
You
at
want
least
Genty
take.
because I mean that pick. Genty just screams, "I'm going to be
He's
a
a starter.
cowboy."
He's a starter.
Yeah, and he just screams, "I'm going to be a cowboy." That's Jerry Jones' type of guy.
Bro,
You know that.
Yeah,
The whole
Yeah,
argument you would say is like, you want Genty, correct? You believe he's going to be a game changer for you, correct? Well, shit, I need a game changer in return. I don't want no scrub.
Yep, true.
You feel what I'm saying?
True.
Like, that'd be where it's at, bro. Like, you can't give me no fucking scrub for that in return. If this man
So
turned
which-
out to be an all-pro, fuck that. No, I need somebody else.
Which would make sense to say Micah Parsons first, and if he says yes, then okay, now you're keeping your
immediately.
offense intact
Fucking immediately.
because now you're pairing him up with CeeDee Lamb and Dak, and now you guys are good to go on offense. Now you just got to find another piece of the puzzle with your defense.
Now, what about one of them corners? What about one of them corners? Would
I still would only go CeeDee Lamb or Micah. Those are the only
see
two. I
Lamb or
would
Micah?
Hey, Micah Person is not really happy right now in Dallas. So
No, not
He still got to
he's
get bread.
not.
He still got to get paid.
He's not happy.
He still
take.
got
And
to
guess
get
who could
paid.
rework his contract and make him happy?
He's not happy there.
And I know he loves. I know
Somebody
he
got
fuck with Max heavy. He fuck with Max. So I.
Oh
For
yeah,
a fact.
buddies, yeah.
Oh my God! Can you imagine them two dudes? Can you imagine, bro? Yeah, I'd be ready to play the Chiefs game. Fuck offense. Fuck the scoring.
Right.
Who cares?
I agree.
You get.
Now, I mean, that's
Parsons
interesting
without
if you
a
think
contract.
about it. I mean, because that's a total Jerry Jones move. I'm sorry.
That's true. Me
You
too.
know, I could see
Jerry
him
Jones,
doing that.
He loves his
You know,
running
'cause
backs.
he's
He
been-
loves his running backs.
Some
That's
yeah,
what
some
he
of
does.
these experts, supposed experts that have put mock drafts up on like CBS and all these, they've pinged us at number 6 to take Genty. I've seen it on a few. It's changed a little
saw
bit
those
now.
too.
Take
Also,
Some of the
Janty
mock
at
drafts was
6.
showing us taking him.
Bro, thank you, Turf.
nah,
Thank you,
bro,
Turf.
Now this is where I'm about to lose
Thank
my
you, Turf.
goddamn mind.
Shit, bro. Like, what are we talking about? We're 4-13. How are we taking a fucking running back at 6 overall?
I don't want him. I definitely
We
don't
don't
want
need
him.
Don't
we
make
need
no
run
sense.
back. We need run back, but he's not the most important thing we need at this point.
Nah, not in this draft, bro. There are
No,
so
bro.
many running backs in this draft
lot.
that you'll be able to get.
Plethora of running backs, bro.
Running backs and wide
This is a
receivers.
different
And
class,
free
maybe,
agents we
like-
can bring in to help groom these rookies too.
100%.
Where we can put money towards that
There's
too.
actual good free agents at the
Yeah.
running back position too. So it's like,
Except for Chubb. I know everybody keeps saying Chubb. I don't want Chubb.
I don't know. If it's a 1-year deal, Chubb,
His
I'll
injury
take it right
issues
now.
just scare me. That's all.
Because if we're drafting one, if it's only a 1-year deal, I don't give a damn what it is, bro. Like, go ahead. Because if I'm gonna roll the dice,
Okay, a 1-year deal, yeah, but anything more.
if
than
I can get
dude.
that Nick Chubb from like 2 years ago with the 1-year deal, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
So y'all can
Look at
see,
this. Okay,
right?
we know. A lot of people like Omarion. I think he's okay. He's fine. He's got some. There's some things that about his game that I still got to dive into. Number 3 right there. That's my guy right there. I ain't gonna
Caleb
cap.
Johnson.
Johnson
That's
from
my guy
Iowa.
right there. I fuck with
Bro,
him. And number 3,
I-
number 3,
I-
and number 7.
I like Dylan Simpson myself.
You know what? Let me make that. I think I can make that.
Samson. I heard a lot of people talking about Samson. A lot of people talking about Samson.
He's a nifty back. I like him.
Yeah, I like both the Ohio State. I like both of them. They're nice. Where's Buddy from Arizona? They ain't got him ranked up
Scatterbo.
here?
That's what I was looking for. I figured he'd be in the top 10. Doesn't look like he is.
I don't think he is. I think they got some other ones.
I don't know. I don't know about Scatterboo, man.
Well, he'd be a guy that you have to take with somebody else. You got to take somebody else and then him.
He did a lot of work, man.
Yeah, but
I
Like that.
want us to pay attention to these 40 times too. Man.
Yeah.
Bro, Quish
Hey,
Judkins.
somebody
Judkins
just
is
asked
on
this
4.3.
question.
Judkins real deal.
Asked, do you like Sincere? Boy, are you kidding me?
I sincerely respect him for the time that he had here.
Hey, Rundown. That's where, see, this is where me and my nephew gonna start playing. he know I'm still. There's only one Raider I'm sensitive about.
It's over, Turf.
It ain't over, bro. It ain't over, bro. It ain't over. It ain't over. But I want y'all to see this list, though. We gotta go through at least like
Turf,
the first 30.
Turf, just so you know, for tonight's game, Ohio State. So Henderson was 6 carries for 42 yards.
Right.
Judkins was 9 for 32 and 2 touchdowns.
Jeez.
Henderson had one catch. Henderson had one catch for 75 and a touchdown.
Right.
And Judkins was 3 for 22 on receiving.
I'll take either one.
Yeah.
I mean, at 6 feet.
I mean, they had
pounds,
decent games based on who they were playing because Texas defense is damn good.
Are you kidding me? It's one of the best in the nation.
Yeah.
Oh, we back. There we go. Like I was saying, the football guys dealt your man a bad hand, bro. So.
Hey, this kid Devin Neal, I mean,
he's all right.
Take him. Obviously, my guy Nicholas.
He's nice.
I'll take him any day of the week. 4.3940.
Yeah, he's cold.
That's game changing.
He's cold.
He's a big boy too. Look at that.
Yeah, he's ginormous. That's what I'm saying. Now,
he's nice.
I mean, this kid's tiny. 4.41.
Mullings is nice. He just slow as hell, but
right.
He not bad.
Yeah, he is slow.
He's slow as hell.
This guy right there.
Hey, but his skill set translate, bro. Scatterboo skill set translates like
it does. Scatterboo might be a real problem. I like him because of his chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, bro. That what he does, bro. Like I've seen his high school tape, and I've obviously seen what he done in college, bro. He's done the same thing at every level, bro. His shit gonna translate.
Yeah, I mean, you just watched that bowl game a couple weeks ago. I mean, he didn't leave a goddamn ounce of him left on that field.
He doesn't take plays off.
That kid plays
off.
Yeah.
At all.
Hey, bro.
He runs with it like
he's got the same drive and determination like Max does in a way.
That attitude,
he's
bro.
Like
he got that
Max
attitude.
Version on the offense, basically.
I like that. I do like that. And with your running back, the way I want us to run the offense, like that's the type of offense I want. That smack you in the mouth.
Yep.
What'd you say earlier, Turf? He runs like somebody stole his lunch.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Hey, 13 is a sneaky dark horse name for me. He's nice. He's got some. Hey, if you ever got to have a chance, Turf, all y'all, if you have a chance to watch him, bro.
I'm in Texas. I already
know. His feet, bro. His feet are fucking insane.
To be that big.
To be that big, his feet are insane, dog.
It's a few. It's so many. It's so many. Just the one we're looking at right here. Look at the kid from Virginia. Oh, y'all, can y'all see the kid from Virginia Tech?
Yeah, exactly.
You see the kid from Virginia Tech that's 210 pounds that runs a 4.3 240?
Yeah, that's a big boy.
Virginia Tech always has running backs. I mean, bro, all of these guys are low 4.4s. Most of these.
I mean, Turf, you're a running back guy, and I know Rundown you are too. When was the last time you saw this much?
18, a dark horse.
Yeah,
you've seen this much depth in the running back position coming out from college.
There's a lot of running backs in college.
Bro, I'm telling you, I know I get clowned for saying there's a diamond.
18 is a dark horse too, bro. That's my little McFadden.
That's just it.
We're looking at the top running back, bro. Are you kidding me? I mean,
you're looking at you're at number 18, and we're still talking how good they are, even at the 8, in the top 20 for running backs.
Phil Maffa is cool, but he's big as damn, that motherfucker big.
230, and he runs a 4.5. But bro, that is that makes a defense just sad. Think about it. Like no defense wants to deal with it.
Yeah, that boy gets to the second level, man. It's like
That's like Derrick Henry.
That wears on your
Hey, now this is for my guy Chris, and shout out to Mike as well. For the SC fans, Woody Marks ain't bad, bro. He's nice, bro. Woody Marks not bad. He's just not no workhorse back you grab and be like, he a 3-down back.
Yeah, they're not.
He's not he's good, but he's not every down back.
Yeah, he's not no every down back.
He's not a down back. He's one of those guys that you bring in certain situations, not third down 100%. Back, but certain.
Is that Rutgers number 23? Is that the Rutgers logo?
100%. Trevor Etienne was cool this year.
I wasn't big on that team this year.
Yeah, he
underwhelmed.
He underwhelmed.
Yeah, and it's with the speed and size, that's underwhelming.
Yeah, he underwhelmed.
Underwhelming.
My boy climbing the damn ranks though. That Caleb Johnson, motherfucker, wasn't talking about him before. Damian Martinez wasn't bad this year, but they saying he weighed like 240 something before the season, and he had to shed that weight. So that scares me already. He 232 and shit right here.
240.
Which means, if he 230.
Yeah, what's he going to show up to at training camp? You're going to be pushing 250.
Coming like Jamarcus Russell.
Exactly.
It's going to come in like a beach ball with legs.
Donovan Edwards is cold. I do like him.
Yep. The kid from Ole Miss ain't bad. They're watching
5'10", 185. Damn, he's small though.
Right.
I saw a little bit of that RJ Harvey.
Hey, I'll take this kid from Penn State too.
Okay,
John Allen. Another one. He's a monster. Hey, and then don't sleep, because who's the team that beat Notre Dame this year? That had no business beating.
I have no idea.
This kid's team right here, number 31, Antonio Brown, who just so happens to run the 4.3.
Who's NIU?
20 pounds at 220.
I'm gonna tell you something right now.
Who was that? NIU.
I'm so mad.
Illinois.
Fact. I'm so mad that Notre Dame running back is a sophomore. I'm mad.
Right.
He's hard.
Number 32 looks like a coach more than a player. How old is that dude?
I know, right? Yeah, he does.
Seriously.
5'10",
he looks like a coach.
Pounds. Hey, 4.40 though. That's why I wanted to pull this up. I just had to pull this up. Y'all not going to tell me that there's not a running back anyway.
Man,
this
running back class is deep. We on page 3, Turf.
Insane, bro.
Yeah,
we on 36.
And they still
looking at
we're in the 30s and Turf is still getting excited.
4.4s, 4.5s. Wait till we get to the 4th page, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm trying to say. This is deep. I'm telling you, it's deep. I'm not saying everybody's going to be gems or everybody's going to work out. That would be cool. But, bro, I've never remembered when running back times when you had dudes 220 plus pounds or below
4 or 5.
This is
a different breed now.
I will say this. That's how I know you in Texas.
He's small.
This is how I know you in Texas, because you getting them fucking Whataburger ads. Only y'all over there, bro, be getting fucking Whataburger ads, bro. My California
this kid Emery. This kid Emery Jr.
6 feet, 4'3". Jesus.
God damn.
4.37, bro. He's the 42nd running
20.
Back.
220.
Right. 220 running a 4.37.
6 feet, 4'3".
That's what I'm saying. Hey, look at the kid from Arizona. He's a tiny kid, but still.
He's a midget.
He's small.
Yeah, he's small though. Yeah, he's a scat back.
4.28.
Hell yeah, that's what you call them, the scat backs.
He's a scat back.
Texas
A&M back coming out and catching passes if he's got hands.
Right. Texas A&M's running back. That's a typical running back. He's back in
well, that's your special teams guy right there, 44. That's your return guy.
The point of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, we're going through these things, and that's to say, yes, Genty is nice, but there are guys that we be able to select in the 3rd round.
Thank you. That's not what
trust me, I don't want. My problem with Genty.
You got too many miles on him, man. He's got too many miles.
My problem with Genty is they ran the living shit out of him in college.
Those Ohio State boys that ain't got all that wear and tear and all that tread, and they gonna come in here and get to work. You feel what I'm saying? Or somebody that's only played for one major year. You know what I mean? Started for one, whatever the case. But still, with running back, bro, you can do that. You can do that and grab somebody that ain't played that many snaps as a running back. That's what we did with Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, they had
Josh Jacobs ain't played that many snaps at all.
At all. He didn't play at all. He played behind the other guy.
He still took his ass in the 1st round.
I mean, would you buy a car with bald tires? No, come on, man.
Exactly. 100%. That's where it's at right there, man. But I know
Well,
y'all
here's
been
you-
on
you-
for a minute. I've been on for 2 hours, but it is what it is. So at some point, I mean, I don't know how y'all feeling. I know we getting ready to end this thing.
Yeah, we
out.
getting ready to wrap it up here in a little bit
Yeah,
because
and
I
this
actually
thing
got
out.
a flight. I got a 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I heard you
appointment
say
flight.
that earlier, bro. You got to get some sleep.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to get some sleep. We out here chilling though. Regardless of it, man, I appreciate everybody here. You know, we're gonna go live. At some point, there's gonna be some impromptu lives. We might hire a coach. We might hear some news. Whatever the case, bro. So whatever happens, keep your notifications on, because you know we will be giving you the news. We will be giving you the updates, however it come, man. As always, appreciation to our guy, Big Chris, man. Always, man, showing up as he does, bro. Appreciate you.
Absolutely, bro.
And make
It
sure
wouldn't
you
be a
hit the
Friday
like
without
before you
you,
leave.
bro. Wouldn't
Hit
be
the
a
likes
Friday
before you
without you.
leave.
Hit them likes before you leave. Hit the likes before you leave, man. You know what time it is. As for
Chris is
Turf,
like the
man,
door, man. Time to
he
go.
about
Let's
to-
go.
You see it on screen, man. Tomorrow he about to go support Baby
Yeah.
Turf tomorrow, man. He about to go support
Right.
Baby Turf as she
Yeah,
goes
good luck
ahead
tomorrow,
and,
man.
for
Hey, good
another
luck, man.
competition.
Safe trip.
Yeah,
Wish
good
her
luck,
luck.
bro.
Appreciate that.
Be safe. Tell her good luck. You know, we always rooting for her, man. Always rooting for the fam. And as always, man, prayers for everybody that's in LA, man, as it's
Yes.
dying down. But you know, we rebuilding out here.
When they
so
tell you to
everybody
get out, get the hell
prayers
out.
up, man. We gonna go
Seriously.
ahead and get through it. You know
Yeah.
how it is. But until then, man, much love to everybody this weekend. Have a great Friday night. Turf, you already know what time it is, man. Go ahead and get us up out of here. But until then, we'll see y'all next Friday, man. Peace.
Yo.
Oh,
You're so sweet to me. You're so sweet to me. The things you're doing to my mind, I want you to do to my